Good morning. Um, let's get this up and running here. We are all right. We're in the process of getting live here. We have a tornado warning for Charleston County. Let's see if we can't get folks on here. There we go. Oh wow, that's a lot of people. Okay, we have a tornado warning for Charleston County. Um, this goes until where the window go? 4:30 in the morning. So 4:30, we have a. Let's see, that is the wrong view. Okay, here we go. So we have a area of rotation coming ashore between Folly and Kiowa right now. This tornado warning uh, takes in Johns Island, James Island, a lot of West Ashley. Woke me up, um, and that's that's the long and short of it. This tornado warning is for this circulation right here. This is coming off. It's coming off the water here, and we have another one. Several circulations in several circulations in progress here uh, that we need to be watching. Um, so so so. Um, so we're going to be here for the next little bit. Um, Probably notice that it is getting very windy outside too. We are gusting to 44 at Folly. Um, the airport is not even reporting wind, I guess. They, yeah, I don't see any. It's did the anemometer get knocked out? I don't know, but the winds have been howling for the better part of the last hour or so as we continue to have uh, uh, Helene continue to approach the area. So let me, again, apologies as we get a little bit back together. I was not expecting to come back, but that was loud. And there you go. So let's get back to the radar here. We have a couple. We actually have a few tornado warnings um, that are ongoing right now. Let me turn those things off. And I was afraid of that. All right. Yeah. Just having to reconfigure my software here real quick. But yeah, we are. There is a tornado warning for Walterboro, and there is a tornado warning for Charleston right now. So we have a couple tornadoes that are affecting metro areas, possible tornadoes that are affecting metro areas. So we're going to talk about those. Oh, where did you go? There you are. All right, cool. All right, so let's get that sorted out. Remember, we're still in this tornado watch right now. We're going to be in this tornado watch until 8 a.m. We are having periods of power outages and things like that. It is, as folks are saying, it is no joke. So anyway, so here's your two circulations here. One headed towards Walterboro, and here's another one that's coming ashore at Folly Beach. This is the one that triggered the tornado warning. This is the one that triggered the tornado warning for West Ashley. Um, and this is now this is approaching Johns Island. So let's get some arrival times on here. So Kiowa pretty much already passed here. It's a 3:50, so that's happening now. Johns Island at 3:55, so it's the next few minutes here. Shadow Moss at 4:02, Ladson at 4:11, Lincolnville 4:13, Summerville 4:14. If this continues on, Knightsville, Cane Bay, we get there. Again, these things are moving. These things are hauling. This is moving at 65 miles an hour, and that's the situation that we find ourselves in tonight, or this morning, whichever way you want to put it. Is that these are moving extremely fast as Helene continues to draw closer and closer uh, to the area. The center of Helene is roughly around probably Vidalia, Georgia at this point. So, I mean, it is moving very quickly. So that's one. And then here's a second one, another tornado warned storm that is affecting Walterboro. And if we go to the, let me get to where did I put that? The velocity up here, you can see the circulation north of Jacksonboro. Jacksonboro has been getting several of these. It's been kind of busy. Uh, we have had a couple tornado warnings that I haven't been on for, but in a vain attempt to get some sleep. But storm relative here, yeah. So there's a circulation that's heading kind of right up, right up into Walterboro, to the east side of Walterboro here, and um, and so yeah, so that's this issue here. So really right now, the reason why a lot of us are here, the reason why a lot of us are awake here. I got 221 people over on the gram. It's as remarkable. And yeah, so the question, got some good questions here. Was it smart to wake up my two kids in West Ashley to seek shelter? Yes, absolutely. You got this tornado warning, and again, these things are moving. These things are hauling. Uh, you know, it's the circulation appears north of Kiowa right now, and again, these things are moving at 65 miles an hour. So the fact that you got that warning, is or acting on it is very good. There may come a point, actually, when I'm kind of looking at this forecast track, where I'm going to have to do the same thing. So, we're going to, kind of hang here for at least a few minutes more, but we're going to see what this looks like. But yeah, I may very well have to do the same thing here shortly. So, I'll be grabbing the dog and go into the laundry room. So that's going to be the thing that we may have to do, and that's the way this goes sometimes. So we'll be watching that very closely. There's a circulation coming ashore here, and it's gonna bypass Wadmalaw to the east. But really, right now, the danger zone, Johns Island. The main concern is on Johns Island right now. This should stay reasonably away from James. It's going to be close, but so we're going to have to keep an eye on that. But let me. That's a shame. But yeah, so here's let's put some roads up here real quick, so to give you guys a general idea of what we're looking at. Here's River Road, State Highway 700. That's Maybank Highway. Here's River Road again, and this is heading. This is obviously heading towards Highway 17. This is going to be heading into Glen McConnell Parkway. This is going to be heading towards Shadow Moss. Yeah, and yeah, I mean, this is a this is about as serious as it can get. We have nighttime tornadoes, and that's as dangerous as it gets. So reports of power outages. Yeah, we're going to have a lot of power outages because of this. In fact, I don't know if the radar's even sweeping right now. I haven't gotten. A little surprised I haven't gotten an update here from the radar here. But yeah, right now, essentially the circulation is around Plowground Road, so that's by Charleston Collegiate. Here's Main Road right here, just to get some bearings for you guys. That's Main Road, and yeah, so we have that and that. So again, circulation's right here. This is moving northward. So this is the circulation. It's over Plowground Road right now. Highway 7. This is Maybank Highway. There's River Road, and this is Main Road. And so this is pressing northward, and this has eyes on Shadow Moss. So again, if you're in Shadow Moss right now, what we need you to be doing is taking cover, getting into an interior room. You have a few minutes to do so. This thing is moving very quickly. Again, these are moving these storms are moving at a rate of 65 to 70 miles an hour. I mean, that is insane. Um, and so there's going to be, there's going to be some strong circulation here, and this is going to continue to move there. We're seeing hurricane force gusts down in Savannah, and that is continuing there. And so, so we're watching that closely to make sure that that isn't a sign of things to come. So again, we should be getting updates from the Weather Service radar here every couple of minutes. I'm just taking a peek here. I'm going to actually change sources because I think this source is this analyst is going to be able to show us a little bit better what's going on. Seems to have a better handle on the configuration there with the thing. But yeah, here's your circulation there. Getting some questions about Monk's Corner, getting some questions about Somerville, those areas. Somerville is a little bit more in the path of this, but not imminently. Monk's Corner, no severe weather at this point. Really, again, this is mainly a West Ashley issue. Here's Highway 17. Here's 526. There's West Ashley. This is going to go into this is going to approach Shadow Moss in West Ashley. Now, I would be remiss to note that we have a second circulation that is approaching Seabrook Island right now. And we are going to have to watch that closely because that could be a problem. So that could be a problem coming up here. Let me do a couple things here. I just realized something as I was listening to myself that once again I have not used the right microphone, so this should be a little bit easier here. So again, I'm also watching this rotation right here. There's no warning on it yet, but I think if it's gonna look like this, we're gonna see a new tornado warning for Seabrook. We're gonna see a tornado warning that will stretch into Wadmalaw, Ravenel, Hollywood. Yeah, I mean this has got a TVS on it and the whole 9 yards. We could see a second tornado warning going up there. I mean, again, looking over Johns Island, it looks like this has crossed Maybank Highway. It's heading towards Highway 17 right now. So there's your circulation. This is the tornado warning circulation over Johns Island. This is lifting north, 65 to 70 miles per hour. So again, you don't have a lot of time here. And again, when I'm looking at this, when I look at this in relation to where I am, and I am in Grand Oaks, and folks, I look at this and I see kind of the relation to where I am, and the feeling is, as I look at the reflectivity here and I look at all the data, I think it's probably time for me to go. It's looking like I need to take shelter. This is going to be a little bit too close for comfort. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch microphones. I have my iPad, so got this. I'll look at the radar with you, and we'll still talk as long as I have power. But what we're going to do right now is we are going to switch up to to kind of our backup system, our backup plan. And you'll see the radar here, but what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and switch up right now, and it will sound a little different. Of course, my AirPods are in the wrong place. I put them downstairs because I was like, oh, I'm not going to need my AirPods. Yeah, I'm going to need my AirPods. All right, so here we go. Stand by. I'll be right back. Okay, this is not working for me. All right, so I'm gonna try something different. because we really need to go. All right. Okay. I hope people can hear me. I've changed the microphone over to my iPhone here. So we're going to grab the dog and we're going to go downstairs. Just trying to use my AirPods, but they wouldn't kick in. That's a shame. Hey, bud, we got to go. All right. Oh, it's been a day. And it's not over yet. All right, so we're going to leave the radar up there. You can see the circulation. I'm going to have a radar with me as we go into shelter right now. Going into shelter, we're going into our laundry room, lowest floor and interior room. This is we're practicing what we preach here. Doing exactly the thing that we tell people to do. So, just all right. So we are in, and I hope you can still hear me because I have no idea. I have no idea what you can hear, and I can't see the chat at the moment. So again, I apologize if there's questions out there. But right now, what we're going to do is we're going to be in our safe place. Minutes as I pull up the radar here. And again, the radar view up there is going to be static. There's not much I can do about that at the moment. So, but I'm in shelter. We'll know what happened. We'll find out what happens here. This is headed pretty much right. Pretty much right my direction here. So again, if you're in Grand Oaks, I'm in Grand Oaks. You should be doing what I'm doing. Take shelter in an interior room on the lowest floor, away from windows. The circulation is crossing over Carolina Bay right now. It is looking a little bit more sheared, which is good. So not looking quite as impressive as it was a few minutes ago. But we still need to be very cautious with this. And we have a second tornado warning now. As I expected, we have a second tornado warning now for Seabrook, Rockville, Hollywood, Meggett, Ravenel, for that second circulation that's coming ashore here. And that circulation is actually looking really intense. So again, if you're on Seabrook Island right now, it's time to take cover. And again, we'll let you know when we can clear this out. I've got, the beautiful thing is that, we've got, I've got my link up with the weather service right here, everything here through Slack and all that. So I'm able to see what's going on. If you have reports, I'll get to those as soon as I can see my screen again. Incredibly, I still have power. And hopefully that lasts. But yeah, the circulation is moving through Carolina Bay. And if it's doing what I think it's doing, it is getting very close. It is passing. It's passing by Grand Oaks. It's actually more over Hunt Club. So if you're Hunt Club, that area, if there is anything in there, you're seeing it right now. The circulation is not looking as concerning as it was a few minutes ago. I want to thank everybody who's texting me to tell me that you're hearing me. That's awesome. Thank you so much. So I look at I'm looking at the circulation, and it looks like it is shearing out a little bit, which is good and not surprising. Honestly, it's hard to keep these circulations maintained, especially in this just really extreme environment at this point. And honestly, the thing that I'm worried about right now is Rockville, Seabrook Island. That is an impressive looking. That is an impressive looking couplet down by Seabrook, and that is that's down by Seabrook right now, Rockville, that area. And so again, if you're there, take cover. Hollywood, Meggett, Ravenel, this is for you too. Time to take shelter. This is this is moving incredibly fast. Again, these are moving at 65 miles an hour at least. And I know that sounds hyperbolic, but I promise you that's what's happening here. Yeah, this is a radar rotation at 65 miles an hour, moving north at 65 miles an hour. This is absolutely bonkers storm motions here. And again, these are just water spouts coming in from ashore, coming in from offshore. So again, and I'll be able to get to you guys in a moment here. Trying to listen for anything crazy. So far, we seem okay down here. I'm going to give this storm a couple more minutes. It does look like that the circulation that was approaching Grand Oaks is shearing out. So I'm hoping that we can get a cancellation on the tornado warning here shortly. But that's secondary to what we're trying to do right now, honestly. And again, we're just here in our safe place. You know, Charlie Brown, my dog, is upset. He gets it, but you know, it's better safe than sorry, my friend. And you know, never mind. There's an uncouth joke in there, I promise. So we're watching this. So again, I've just got 4 panels of radar here. Pull my Slack chat over with the weather service there. And again, the other thing that we're dealing with is very strong winds. And again, we've had gusts 40-45 miles an hour easily. And that's going to continue to increase as Helene draws even closer to the area. Georgia, I mean, they're seeing hurricane force wind gusts down around Savannah and in Georgia. I don't know that it gets that bad here, but certainly something to watch. So that circulation, I'm looking at the circulation here, and I'm just looking at where that is. That first circulation that prompted the warning, that prompted me to get here, honestly, that is why I'm in shelter right now. That looks like it is exiting the warning area. So we're going to go back up into the studio shortly here. There is a second rotation that is approaching Wadmalaw right now. So again, Wadmalaw, you should be taking shelter. If you haven't done so already, there's 2 tornado warning polygons here, and it's important that you respect that. We have another, it's not a very well-defined rotation, but there is another storm coming ashore at Kiowa right now that is showing some indications of at least some rotation, maybe aloft. So got to watch that too. So again, we just got kind of a harrowing situation here at the moment. Numerous areas of rotation that we're dealing with. And this isn't the only place that we're dealing with this. We are... We've had additional tornado warnings inland. We've had additional problems all over the Carolinas, and that's going to continue to lift northward as we go. So certainly something to keep a very close eye on. I'm just doing a little interrogation here. All right, cool. So yeah, the circulation that prompted the second tornado warning going over Wadmalaw, got some flickers here. It's going to pass to the it is getting near Hollywood, getting near Megget. It is going to pass to the east of there possibly. So we'll probably split the difference between Ravenel and West Ashley. So that area kind of right after you leave West Ashley, that kind of entrance there to Ravenel. Y'all need to be in a safe place. I am let me go grab my Slack here. So yeah, there's no other. This is the only game in town as far as tornado warnings go. We are still monitoring this closely. So what we're going to do, but I think I might actually stay where I am. A little bit of deviant motion with this, and I just doing my analysis. And again, I'm sorry, folks, I can't see you. I can't see your chats. I can't see your texts just yet. I will get to you as soon as I can. Just watching this in motion here. I think okay. I think I'm okay. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and switch back up. We're going to go ahead and grab the dog, put him back in his bed, and let's go ahead and exit shelter. So and then we'll get back online upstairs in the weather office. So you're practicing I'll be pretty chill. Doesn't seem to be any threat of the shadow loss rotations. So let's get back on. Let's get back into the saddle here, and I will switch up my microphone, and we will get back to business. So please stand by as back up, turn back in. So we will resume tornado coverage because, yeah, we got a lot. Definitely have a lot to talk about. Okay. Hopefully everybody can hear me. Let me. Ta-da! I'm here. All right. Let me see here. Yeah, this is quite an evening, that's for sure. A lot of folks getting the warning. Yeah, you guys, you have no idea. Let me see. Is this coming through a little bit better for folks? The shuffling. All right, cool. So the shuffling that you were hearing was me putting things away. But yeah, shadow moss. Yeah, I had to put my phone in my pocket. I had to grab, everything. And no, it was not my AirPods. It was I couldn't even get my AirPods to work. So that was great. Thanks, Apple. But no, we're good now. We're back in the saddle here, back in the regular studio. And again, so shadow moss right now. I'm watching a second. Let's take a look here. Yeah, this is a very strong circulation. Shadow moss here. This is going to stay to your west. This is going to stay to your west. Now, West Ashley, I've got, can we exit shelter? And I'm waiting to see what the determination is on the tornado warning here. But this is a very, very serious rotation. You can see this behind me here. A very serious rotation setting up now. It's kind of splitting between Rantals and Ravenel. And this is moving north at 65 miles an hour. Very, very, very strong circulation here. Yeah, I would hang out. And again, if it's if you're in shadow moss, you're okay. I think it looks like you're okay. There's but we still have another area that I'm concerned about approaching Johns Island. But right now, this is a very strong circulation right here, moving just to the east of the town center of Ravenel. To the center of Ravenel. That is impressive. That is really impressive. Let's go back to the live scan here, and again, yeah, let's talk about this. So, circulation 1, maybe a second circulation trying to get going around Johns Island, and so again, let's talk about this. So, Hyde Park Road. If you're on Hyde Park Road, a very strong circulation is headed your way. There's a Rifle Road, not to be confused with Rifle Range. Rifle Range is fine. The range is fine, but not Rifle Road. Kind of between Ravenel and West Ashley. Just looking to see if there's any reports. And again, if you have any reports, I'd love to know them. Would definitely love to know what you got. Definitely want to try and understand what's happening here. But yeah, this circulation here is probably destined for Ridgeville. I think it's going to stay just Summerville. You're not in the warning. Yep. Wow. Yeah. So that is the tornado warning being updated. Yeah, that's so the Weather Service continued the tornado warning. Yeah, they have continued they've continued the tornado warning. So again, we got a lot of questions about a lot of spots. Right now, I've got to focus on the. I really need to focus on the areas that are under tornado warnings. But yeah, these are just. This is I'm just kind of looking at this. So again, 2 warnings ongoing right now. One West Ashley-ish, one Ravenel, and they're kind of coming together here. So you can see how these 2 polygons are kind of coming together on this one rotation, and it would not shock me to see this get reissued up towards Knightsville, Sommerville, those areas. So again, if you know folks there, this is a good opportunity to take a look at it. And it looks like there is a second circulation that is beginning to organize now over Johns Island. So let's go back to the analyst here. Yeah, so there's your second circulation trying to organize right now on Johns Island. So here's the winds going out, the winds coming in. Right here, here is the tornado. So this is, if there is a tornado, if there's something here, this is a place where it could be. Again, I want to point out that we're okay now, Walterboro wise, everything like that. That's all good. But we have 2 circulations. One is headed right into Red Top. One is headed right for Rantals and Red Top. And then the second rotation has kind of escaped containment here, is crossing Dwight Avenue near Delmar Crossroads. So let's see what the Weather Service does with the warnings going north. So again, Ravenel, I wouldn't call you completely clear just yet because we've got a couple storms that we're dealing with here. But yeah, so the Johns Island circulation is a little bit. It's Benjamin Road. Let's just call these out here. Blue Cross Lane, and I wish I could actually give me numbers. Let's switch tools. All right, let's switch back to this here. I think this is a little better way to go about it. So yeah, so West Ashley, so Shadow Moss, was not is probably just outside of the warning at this point. So Chaplin's Landing Road, Chisholm Road, that's where this new circulation is. Circulation again moving north at 60 miles an hour, and this is going to bypass Grand Oaks it looks like it's going to bypass Grand Oaks to the west. It's going to get close, and again, if there's that circulation really starting to tighten up here. Here's Highway 17, right there. Here's Bear Swamp Road. So when you're coming down Bees Ferry, here's Bees Ferry, and here's David. That's not Davison Road. That's Davison Road. This is that the whole thing is Davison Road. All right. So that's Davison Road right here. Here's the circulation. This is this is getting close. Right here. So again, we have we still have a lot to go here. But yeah, when we zoom out, it looks like I'm a little surprised that we haven't seen an extension in the northward tornado warning, but also this circulation is also starting to kind of fizzle out as it heads towards 165. So the warning has just been updated. The warning has just been updated to remove most of Johns Island. Yeah, there's the critical alert going off again. So that is the update to the tornado warning. Let's read this. Yeah. So again, this is this is a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located 5 miles southwest of Magnolia Gardens, moving north at 70 miles per hour. So this is a tornado, a radar indicated tornado. Again, there's no indication that this is down and doing damage, which is which is honestly kind of remarkable at this point. If I'm being honest with you guys, I'm actually really surprised and grateful, truth be told. So it's just crossed over red top. This is now. So again, this source is about to update. So yeah, so there you go. So it's just crossed over the red top area. This is bypassing Bear Swamp Road. Here's Grand Oaks. This is the Grand Oaks area. I'm kind of mousing over it. This is going to bypass Grand Oaks to the west. Now, this is got a lot of roads that this data set does not have names for. But here's Highway 61. That's an important thing to call out. This is going to be potentially an issue as we get towards. Here's Dorchester Road there. So this is going to get close to some of the gardens there. So we have let's see, canceled warning. Okay, so one of the warnings has been canceled. I'm waiting for which one that is. There's 2 tornado warnings in Charleston County. One of them has been canceled. I am willing to bet it's the Ravenel, Wadmalaw, Seabrook. If that's the one, if it is, that's probably the one. And I can very easily see a new tornado warning at some point for the Sommerville area, Sommerville, Knightsville, that area. I can very easily see a new tornado warning being needed there if this rotation persists. Yeah, so that was the Ravenel warning. So that's off the board there. So Ravenel, Wadmalaw, Seabrook. Right now, you're good. You're okay. Again, we're going to have to watch these things spin up super fast, and and become an issue. So let me do that. And so again, this is going to be very confusing because we have 2 tornado warnings in Charleston County. We have this one. We have this warning, which is still going on. This is the warning that includes, this is just to the west of Grand Oaks. This is the one that was originally is a big reason why we're here. This one is that circulation is lifting northward, and that's approaching Highway 61. That's approaching Dorchester Road. So again, if you're in that area around Village Green, places like that, you should be in shelter now. The second tornado warning, which was on the board for Ravenel and those areas, that has been canceled. So there were 2 tornado warnings in Charleston County, and that has been canceled. And that second one has been canceled. Now, we are watching this storm too. We have a second circulation here, right here. And this has designs on possibly Edisto, Seabrook. This could be another one that we need to keep an eye on for the next little bit. That is a pretty healthy circulation right there. And that is, that's a pretty healthy circulation. So Edisto, Seabrook, those areas, we're going to have to keep an eye on that. We're just going to have to watch that. And again, the kind of the area that I'm increasingly becoming concerned about is, when we get towards 61 and 642, I would be very interested to see what happens, what the Weather Service does with this warning. So the good news is it looks like we still have power in a lot of spots. And that's good news. So again, we're trying to get to everybody's questions as best we can. There's a lot going on right now. right now the area that we've got to focus on is here. Now we have a second tornado warning, it looks like. So this is going to include Bowman, Orangeburg, Cameron. I'm not sure. So that's where the cell is. So Orangeburg, you're back in it again, 4:33 a.m. arrival time there. St. Matthews at 4:41. So yeah, that's a second tornado warning in the Columbia area, in the Columbia Weather Service office there. And if it does hold together, it would get to Columbia at 5 a.m. But we'll see what that ends up looking like. But again, right now, this area of circulation that is about to exit the tornado warning polygon is there now. Now we had an update just now from the Mercy, the air base of the Marine Corps Air Station in Beaufort, gusted to 75 miles an hour. So yeah, so there you go. 75 miles an hour down there. So that's hurricane force. And again, these are the kinds of winds that are advancing into the Charleston metro. And so we're going to have more widespread issues here over the next few hours. This is not done yet. Not done yet, not by a long shot. I wish it was, honestly. I could use a sleep. So anyway, so there's that circulation here. I am really trying to understand. Okay, is this not updating again? Is this acting weird? Let's see. Yeah, I haven't gotten a cut from the radar here in a minute. Brownswood Road, you're fine. If you're on Johns Island at this point, you're fine for the moment. We are still watching. We are still watching this area of rotation that is moving towards Edisto. But right now in Johns Island, you're okay. Beast Ferry up there, you're fine. You're okay. I am waiting to see when we get an update from the radar here. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. So yeah, so here's the latest radar picture. And again, at this point, this is kind of escape containment. The strongest circulation is now showing up on approaching Dogwood Ridge Road, Matiba Gardens Road. Here's Dorchester Road once again. Here's Old Trolley Road. So again, this is if the Weather Service decides to extend. If they decide to extend, this is going to take in Summerville almost assuredly. So again, if you know folks in Summerville, this is you may want to get them here. Glen McConnell Parkway can get out of shelter. Yeah, but if you're in West Ashley, you can get out of shelter at this point because the main area of circulation has moved north. It's actually escape containment basically. Now the Weather Service could opt to not issue because this didn't do anything. It does not seem to have done anything. So there you go. It's hard to say. We'll see what the again we're keeping an eye on it. We're going to see what they're going to do. But yeah, Johns Island, Beast Ferry, all these areas, good to go. Yeah, so you're good right now. Again, we're going to see this warning. That warning has dropped off. The Weather Service that warning has expired. So the tornado warning that was up for West Ashley has expired. There's no longer in effect. So the tornado warning is no longer in effect, and there are in fact no tornado warnings at the moment in the Charleston Tri-County area. Now, I am concerned about this area of rotation. If it continues to do what it's doing, I could very easily see a situation in which the Weather Service decides they're going to warn for Summerville. We'll wait and see. But I think okay. So yeah, so there it is. There's your tornado warning. Yep, I had a feeling they were going to do this. So here's a new tornado warning, and this is you're going to get the alert on your phone now. So Summerville, take cover in Summerville. This is going to come right into the gut of Summerville. It's coming across 17A here in just a few minutes. Put it on, putting on the track here, 4:37 a.m. You have about 7 minutes to get to shelter, so you need to get there. So Summerville, this is going to approach highway. This is going to take in Highway 78. If I can get that thing to stop. Let's see who else we got here. Knightsville, you're in this warning. This is going to get very close to Knightsville. Looks like this is just outside of Cane Bay. But yeah, there's parts of Goose Creek are going to be taken into this warning. let's do some roads here. Here's Jedburgh Road. Again, we're talking about, this is getting into here's Highway 27, Highway 176, State Road, Highway 311, basically to the Berkeley County border with Orangeburg County. So this is a fairly expansive warning. And again, this is a very strong area of rotation that is moving extremely quickly. Cane Bay is going to be close, but you're right on the border there. You're right on the border there. So, yeah. And folks, what we want you to do is we want you to, to help your neighbors, everything like that. But that is, I just, but we want folks to let's not scare folks, please, in the chat. That's not what we're here to do. We're here to inform at the end of the day, and I don't want folks, feeling like they're going to get, I don't want to scare folks. This is scary enough. We don't need to help them. we don't need to add to it. So here again, here's some roads. If the circulation is very near Old Trolley Road right now, it's crossing 165 Bacon's Bridge. It's going to head to 17A in a matter of minutes. So again, if you got the warning, just go ahead and take shelter. Take shelter. If you got the warning, if your phone went off, if your critical alert went off, take shelter. We need you in a safe place for the next little while. Again, this is moving north at 70 miles an hour. 70 miles an hour. And again, we're getting a lot of questions about upstate and and I appreciate that. And in Carolina Weather Group, we're trying to get all the Carolinas. We're trying to do as best as we can. We're trying to do as best as we can, but we can't. But I've got to prioritize the areas that are in danger at this point, and that's what we're going to do. No indication of any debris signature, which is good news. And yes, if there's a new tornado warning, if a new tornado warning gets issued for a spot, it will go off again. So again, a new tornado warning will trigger your phones, everything like that. If you're all clear and you want to go back to bed, you can do that, but keep that phone close. So there's your, so there's your circulation here coming into Summerville right now. Central Avenue. I mean, this is coming right up the gut, right into the heart of town here. And again, I am very interested in very interested in any reports that you have. I'm hearing Shadow Moss just lost power. Aiken is losing power again. We're starting to see some of those really strong gusts begin to get going here. I haven't had a chance to look at the gusts out there in Aiken, but what we're seeing here is certainly what we're seeing here towards the coast is what we're seeing here towards the coast is that. So April, trees are snapping off. I'm very interested in this. Yeah. So. So right now this is Charleston focus. We will get to other spots. I promise you we're going to get to other spots, but right now with the tornado warnings where we are, that's what we got to do. So again, if you got the alert for the tornado warning, make sure that you're in shelter. If you're in Moncks Corner, I would, you're probably okay. This is going to stay to the west of Moncks Corner. So let's here's 165. That's Bacon's Bridge Road right here. So we heard trees snap. And so if that's a concern, then I would that's not a good sign. And again, I'm bouncing between multiple sources of radar here. I don't see any indication that any debris is being lofted per se, but again, that could change. That could change in a matter of moments. Now, lot of question. A lot of questions about North Charleston. A lot of questions about West Ashley at this point. A lot of you came on with that. West Ashley is okay for the moment. Now we have a second circulation that is coming ashore right now around Botany Bay. So here's Botany Bay Road right here. No land-based warning on it yet, but I could very well see them yet. And then there it is. There's the tornado. There's a new tornado warning now. Once again, taking in Ravenel, Seabrook Island, Wadmalaw, Hollywood, Adams Run. Yet again, you are back into this. There's a new tornado warning now for Botany coming ashore at Botany Bay right now. A new circulation coming ashore at Botany Bay. So we got a lot of problems right now. And and it looks like that the Weather Service of Columbia has just preemptively decided to they just preemptively decided to issue a tornado warning for the circulation that's over Somerville. So Utahville, Santee, Pinewood, very near Somerton. This storm that's in Somerville right now. Again, this is moving at 70 miles an hour. So we're trying to give people, as much lead time as possible. The circulation is going to pass just. Looks like it's going to pass just to the. Looks like it's going to pass just to the east of Ridgeville for now, but the second circulation we'll need to watch. We're going to have some, we're going to need to have some time here. So yeah, let's talk about this. Whoa, that's not what I wanted to do. All right, go away. All right, computers, they were a mistake. This is moving north at about 70 to 75 miles an hour. So again, Edisto, Johns Island, generally, I think parts of Johns Island, mostly around Betsy Carrison in that area. I think that's my concern for you guys. Hollywood, Ravenel, Seabrook, Meggett, Rockville, Bears Bluff, Young Island, and Adams Run. So once again, a lot of spots that we've been calling out a lot tonight are having issues. We're getting reports of strong winds in North Charleston. We have a gust now to 56 miles an hour at the airport. There's been a gust of 56 miles an hour at Charleston International Airport right now. There's a lot going on here as Helene is getting closer. We are getting into really the meat of a tropical storm force wind field here. So there is, Beaufort is gusting to 62. It was gusting to 75. So Summerville. So again, let's get back to Summerville here. This is moving north out of out of kind of the Main Street Summerville. In fact, if you're around Main Street in Summerville, that warning has just been ended for you. You can, if you're kind of 17A south, you're good. So around Trolley Road, Dorchester Road, 17A south, you're good. We're now more concerned for areas around Jedburgh Road, and I'm hearing a lot of you have lost power. Many of you have lost power for quite a while now. And again, we've just had gusts to 56 miles an hour at the airport. So here's the circulation now approaching Cypress Campground Road, 3 Point Drive, and it's going to eventually get close to State Road here. But this is passing Jedburgh Road right now. This is very near exit 194 on I-26. And so again, this is continuing to push north at 70 miles an hour. So that is the Somerville circulation. Here is the new Johns Island circulation. Once again, we just can't quit this. Bears Bluff Road is you're going to be next in line for this. This is going to be more of it looks like this is going to be primarily a bit of a Wadmalaw problem too. So let's see here. Let's see what other roads we can put up here. Fairview Plantation Road, Harts Bluff Road. And again, Highway 162 going through Hollywood. This is on target for Ravenel. It is very probably going to go to Ravenel if it holds together. That's the thing about these. They don't always hold together. So there's a circulation there just north of Seabrook. This is starting to move north. If you're around most of Johns Island is okay, but Wadmalaw, you've got problems in the short term. You just need to be in a safe place. This is, again, moving north very quickly. Ravenel, Hollywood, you need to be in shelter now. We need you in shelter now. Again, if you got the guideline tonight is if you got the warning on your phone, if you got the warning on your phone, you need to take shelter, and we'll let you know. But right now, we'll let you know. But like right now, we're just we're dealing with we're dealing with quite a bit, and so it always good to we're going to try and call out as much as I can, but there's only so much I can do. Let's bounce back up to our Sommerville storm. So again, formerly kind of Somerville-ish. This is more like in Jedburgh now. Again, approaching State Road. It looks like it's losing cohesion a little bit, which we always like to see, but it's around Volvo Car Drive, so around the Volvo plant right now. Let's see. Let's just check. We still don't see any signs of debris being lofted, which is a good sign, which is a good thing. No signs of that on any of these circulations at this point, which is always good. But again, that doesn't necessarily mean that there's nothing there. We can have a tornado down, and it's not strong enough to loft up. So again, I do have to work tomorrow. Or today. It is 4:43 in the morning, so I do have to work today. So it is what it is, my friends. So anyway, Club Road looks like a second circulation might be trying to organize here across Highway 311. Seeing a little uptick in the velocities. Headed to Utahville, Somerton, Pinewood, and then the second tornado warning in Orangeburg and St. Matthews. This is not looking as robust as it once was. I'm actually having, truth be told, I'm having some problems finding that. In fact, I think they just canceled it. So yeah, so there you go. That's why so they've canceled that. And that Orangeburg, you're done. That's good. You're done with that. The main shows in town right now are the ones that are over the Sea Islands, over in the Charleston Metro, and now over Berkeley County. This is all moved into Berkeley County. So again, if you're in Dorchester County right now, Somerville, you're good. You're fine for the moment. I can't promise that you're going to be fine all the time, but Somerville, you're good. 78 Jedburgh Road. This is lifting north of Jedburgh Road right now. Cane Bay, I think you're going to be okay. This is passing to your west. And yes, the Johns Island tornado warning is back, but yes, Orangeburg is done. We're that warning is going to come off the board here in a minute, and in some cases already has. So again, right now we're on 3 Point Drive, Fish Road, 35 Mile Road. This is where we believe that there is the best potential for circulation, for best potential for a tornado. But so we're going to watch this closely. Certainly going to have some strong gusts in Cane Bay. Some, even if you're not in the tornado warning, there's still plenty of, there's still plenty of wind and rain to be had. And again, we are dealing with gusts. We are dealing with gusts pushing 55, 56 miles an hour. We've had a 56 mile an hour gust recently at the airport. So again, it's going to be windy. If you're not in a tornado, even though if you're not in a tornado warning, it's going to be windy, and you do run the risk of losing power. And so that's important. So again, Goose Creek, it's going to be windy. I mean, that's just the way this is. But I don't see anything spinning. So let's hope that holds. And again, we still have a long way to go. We still have a good way to go. But right now, Goose Creek, Hanahan, much of the Charleston Metro, honestly, as far as tornadoes go, you're doing okay. The problems are right now approaching Hollywood. So there's circulation lifting just north of Bears Bluff Road, and this is headed towards Hollywood. I mean, we've got some damage reports coming in from North Charleston. So multiple trees are down throughout the city. We have trees on house, 2 trees on houses at Saxton and Clifton, just in the last. Let's see. Well, that was about an hour ago. But yeah, so we are getting damage reports from this, and there's going to be trees down, there's going to be power lines down, and it may take some time. With the way the winds are right now, folks, it may take some time for the linemen to get out there and safely restore power. That's the thing. We want them to be safe too, and we need them to be safe. So yeah, you're going to have gusts. We're going to have wind gusts all night. That's just how this is going to go. We're going to have wind gusts through about, strong wind gusts probably through about 8 or 9 o'clock. And then, we'll get Helene out of here, and not a moment too soon, because I'm personally sick of her. But all right, so Bearers Bluff Road. So the circulation is lifted north of Bearers Bluff Road, right here, and this is lifting towards Hollywood right now. Now that circulation is not looking as good. Circulation is not looking as good, but we're still here. We still need to watch this as you get into Hollywood and Ravenel. So again, we still need you guys there. Much of West Ashley is fine. West Ashley is fine. I'm not concerned about West Ashley. If I were concerned about this one, I would be going right back into my laundry room. So that is, that's a place where we were there. The other area of circulation that we're watching is in Berkeley County, approaching Highway 311. Get you some additional roads here: Pigeon Bay Road, Little Black Creek, George Wigfall Road. This is approaching Cross. This is coming on the west side of Lake Moultrie. And so that's the situation there. Once again, just a lot of questions, a lot of people joining the stream kind of midway. So let's recap what we've got here. We did have tornado warnings for West Ashley. We did have tornado warnings for Sommerville. We did have tornado warnings for Goose Creek. All good right now. Those areas are good. Johns Island is improving. Again, we're going to have, they haven't cleared the warning in that part there, but they haven't cleared the warning in this part here. But this is starting to lift. This is starting to lift north, and right now that circulation is approaching Ravenel. So again, Seabrook, Wadmalaw, you're okay for now. The danger is ending there. The Weather Service is working as hard as they can to clear these warnings as fast as they can, but it's a tough job up there to try and warn on these. So again, we've just got a lot of warnings on the board here, and it's a great time for the radar to take LSD, I guess. I don't know, but it's like, okay, so we're gonna, the radar is tripping, everyone's tripping at this point, it feels like. But so back to business. The circulation right now, the circulation in the Charleston County tornado warning, Hollywood, Ravenel, circulation is basically right on top of you right now, crossing 162, headed towards Highway 17. So that is the situation there. And again, we'll see what the Weather Service does here. They're updating us as frequently as they can, which is extraordinarily helpful. This circulation here, crossing Poplar Hill Drive, to Old Parker Road, approaching State Highway 311. This is going to cross into Orangeburg County soon, and this is going to stay to the east of Holly Hill, but this may become a problem for Utahville. So we're going to see. So we'll see what happens here. That looks like that. Yeah, it looks like that rotation is now moving out of, is moving out, and we should be able to get rid of this tornado warning in Berkeley here soon too, which would be great. But that tornado, that possible tornado circulation right there is now moving into Orangeburg County. And so Utahville, Holly Hill, got to watch this. That's just the way things go, my friends. So yeah, we're getting to the point where this is, where Berkeley County, I think we're going to be able to be good here. I need to turn our attention to our friends east of the Cooper. We haven't had to talk to you. We haven't had to talk to you that much to this point, but we have a strong circulation just east of Isle of Palms, and this is moving north. And this looks like this could get into, this could get into, again, this is potentially approaching maybe Deweese, parts of Wild Dunes, Wando. So again, no official warning on this yet, but we may have some problems soon with this circulation coming ashore very near Isle of Palms. So kind of the North Mount Pleasant. I know nobody likes to call it that, but that area here we need to keep an eye on very closely. There may have another tornado warning issued there. The tornado warning in Charleston County, Wadmalaw, you're all clear at this point. Really, the main issue right now is right over Ravenel, and this is not looking as good as it was. Again, this, tropical tornadoes, they're not these long track things that you see in the plains. They don't act like that. They come up, they come down, and that's that. So again, no, and I want to tell folks, and I want folks to know that there's no sign of any debris being lofted. That's not to say that there's not damage happening. I'm hearing from all of you about trees coming down. You're losing power, things like that, and that's just the winds. That's just the wind, folks. And we have several reports of trees down in North Charleston, and the Weather Service of Columbia did issue on this tornado warning. And this is approaching Somerton and Manning. So again, so that circulation that just came out of Berkeley County, and we should be able to get rid of this tornado warning in Berkeley County soon. But this circulation here now, this is heading towards, this is going to get very close to Utahville. This is going to head up towards Somerton. So new tornado warning, and I think I know exactly where this is. And sure enough, this is exactly what we were talking about. So we have a new tornado warning now, this time east of the Cooper. So again, this is Deweese Island here. Let's get the warning text there. So again, radar indicated moving north at 69 miles per hour. Nice. So about 70 miles an hour. Again, these things are really, really, really going. And so Pelican Flight Drive, Long Marsh Road, these areas. So Mount Pleasant, Isle of Palms for a minute. Ondaw, Capers Inlet, Garris Landing, Mount Pleasant Regional Airport, Price Inlet, Whitehall Terrace, Capers Island, and Mount Pleasant Hospital. So if you are in those areas, this is the circulation here. It's lifting north. It's about to come ashore here right on Deweese Island, and it's going to hop, skip, and a jump and approach 17, get close to the airport here. And so there's a weather station at that airport that we'll be keeping a close eye on. But yeah, we need folks in shelter here, roughly from, let's see, basically if you're south of, I'll say Maxville Road, come about way, if you're kind of southwest of that, and between that and Porter's Bluff, I would say that is that's your signal to go. Let's see. We have a new tornado warning for Dorchester. Let me get that squared away here. I think I know what this is. This is the storm that's coming out of Ravenel. They've decided to warn, and this is going to stay to the west of Summerville. So this is the circulation here. We don't have the polygon up on the screen yet, but I'm pretty sure that this is it. So there's a new tornado warning that's just been issued, and I'm just waiting for it to populate on the screen here. But I think this is why. I think this is the circulation that's prompted it. It's about to cross Highway 165. Yep, there it is. 17A. This one is staying to the west of the central of Somerville. So in Dorchester, we have a new warning for you. It's going to cross 17A here. Let's get some arrival times on this. So Knightsville, 5:05, 5:10 at Ridgeville, 5:24 at Holly Hill, 5:28 at Utahville. And at this point, that's about it. That's about all I can tell you. Let's see where, let's see how long it lasts. I don't want to call out places for the sake of calling out places. So again, North Mount Pleasant. This is not by the bridge. This is not by downtown. This is the northern side of Mount Pleasant, closer to Isle of Palms, closer to the connector. And this is headed towards Hugie, Bono, St. Stephen, Hugie at 509, St. Stephen at 524. So this is, and again, if this storm persists into Berkeley County, we may need a new warning upstream, but it's a little early to talk about that. As the center of as the circulation here, here's your circulation again. Red is winds going away from the radar, and green is winds going towards the radar. So when you have those two put together like this, that's where your circulation is. And so Long Marsh Road, this is coming up your way, yeah, this is headed your direction. The tornado warning in Ravenel has been allowed to expire. So Ravenel, you're all clear. Ravenel, Hollywood, you can come out of shelter for now. You are all clear. I cannot promise you that this will not be the last time that you visit your shelter tonight, or this morning. But yeah, you are in good shape. So yeah, Dorchester now is kind of the issue here. This circulation is about to cross 165 rather, just to the west of Rifle Road. Let's get you guys some landmarks there. We can better talk to you about this. So yeah, so this is going to get very close to. This is basically over Delamar Crossroads right now. Clubhouse Crossroads, Westow, Canaan, Slansville, Knightsville, Givens, Lots Crossroads, and Jedburgh in the warning. So those are the locations that we need to be watching for the potential for this severe storm capable of producing a tornado moving north at 70 miles an hour. So again, you don't have a lot of time to react with the warning. So again, this is a time to react quickly and get to that safe place. Interior room on the lowest floor. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible, and you'll be fine. Let's go to the. Let's see here. Yeah, we're going to be bouncing between a lot of storms here. I think what I'm going to do is we're just going to bounce. We're just going to get into the meteorological bounce house here, and we're just going to start bouncing around. So right now, Wando Farms Road, the circulation is definitely looking. Circulation is definitely looking less interesting here than it was a few minutes ago in Mount Pleasant, which is good. But Gearon's Bridge Road, this is approaching. This is on the way up, kind of on the east side of Wando here. Willow Hall Road, that's an area that you're in the line of fire for this. Isle of Palms, it's gone. It's very easy. It's very fast when these things just go, and so we are. So that has moved ashore. Isle of Palms. We have some ragged rotation showing up offshore, but right now I think this is the main event for the East Cooper area. So Wando Farms Road, Long Marsh Road, Gearon's Bridge Road, Willow Hall Road. This is all moving northward around 70 miles an hour. And again, getting a lot of reports from folks about power being out, about those things, and a lot of that is not tornadoes. The vast majority of it is not tornadoes. The vast majority of it is just straight line wind. There's just a lot of wind, a lot of wind energy with this system. Helene is a very large storm. We've been talking about this, for a good bit of the. Oh, that's not what I wanted to show you. Been talking about this for a good little bit, and we're seeing Helene. It's certainly not looking like it was a couple, a little bit ago. But again, we're watching it. Holly Hill area. So we're getting, we do have some viewers up in Holly Hill, Utahville. So if there's a bit of good news here, there is some broad rotation here, but it's broadening out. It's not as tight as it was. So let's hope that trend continues as this moves north into Somerton and Vance. Holly Hill, you're in the warning, but I suspect at some point in the very near future, you're going to be cut out of that warning. Numerous reports of transformers blowing across the metro right now because of these winds. And again, it's not tornadoes. It's not tornadoes doing it. So that's to keep in mind. So the tornado. So now let's get back to the Dorchester one. Again, we're just going to bounce between as many circulations as we can. And a good question here, actually, from Victoria on YouTube. I wanted to talk about this. Have any of them touched down Goose Creek, Somerville, Mount Pleasant, or Seabrook? We don't know that yet. A lot of this has happened at night. It's going to take time for the damage reports to come in, and damage is how we assess these. So we don't know. We don't know if there's not a debris signature on radar. We don't know. So it's going to take time. The Weather Service is going to be looking for those reports, and if you do have damage, that's important. So right now over Summer Drive, approaching 17A in Dorchester County, Highway 61, kind of where 61 and 17A kind of do that weird little merge. Weird little merge there, and we're going to get back to North Mount Pleasant here in just a minute. But Sinclair Road here, West Butternut Road. This is going to get, again, this is getting close to Knightsville. This is getting close. So Knightsville is it's going to be too close for comfort. You're too close for comfort there. So let's make sure that you're in a safe place in that situation. So again, here's that circulation. This is moving across Summer Drive right now, approaching 17A at 61 at that little weird split, approaching Scotch Range Road, Sinclair Road, eventually. Again, if you're in the central part of Somerville, if you are in like Main Street, Somerville, you're okay. No real concerns there right now. I'm not seeing any signs of any. It looks like this is going to stay to your west. Let's go back to North Mount Pleasant for a minute. Here's the broad rotation showing up around Gearons Bridge Road and Willow Hall Road. Again, these are moving very fast. So this is so this is the one by Hugie right now. There's Hugie. Hugie is not yet in a warning. Let's see what they do with this. Again, it'll be interesting to see if this can hold cohesion and stay there. We can we may see additional warnings extended into Berkeley County that could include Hugie. So that we're watching there. We have questions about Cottageville. Right now, Cottageville is not in any tornado warnings, which is a rarity because you've been in a lot of them overnight. So you're fine in Cottageville at the moment. But again, where you are not in a tornado warning, you are going to be dealing with very strong straight line winds. And I'm going to try and get some information for you on what that looks like. So a couple questions here, about driving downtown. We have some folks, it's time to go to work for a lot of folks. And so, mind the wind, but there's no indication that there's any major flooding issues at this point. There's, there were a few closed roads earlier. Haven't had a chance to check on those, but just mind the wind. If you're going to be going over the bridges, it's going to be kind of a white knuckle drive. Going over the bridges, it's very windy. I can't emphasize enough just how flat out normally windy it is. The sustained wind at the tide station downtown Charleston is 43 miles an hour. That's it's significant. So it's it's nuts. So again, let's just kind of, we've got four active tornado warnings. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to switch to the radar analyst, and let's just recap here. Let's recap what we're going to talk about here. So here's North Mount Pleasant. Here's the circulation number one. This is starting to lift out of that area. Don't see any indication that anything is down, but this could approach Hugie, and we'll see what the Weather Service does if they decide to extend that warning further downstream. Second warning is around Knightsville. This has been a pretty persistent rotator. I'll go ahead and zoom in on that. And you can see there's still evidence of rotation here. And this is going to pass looks like just to the west of Knightsville, although I don't like to take it that easy. I definitely want folks to be in their safe place. Talking about this. The third warning is around Cross, although that escaped containment a while ago. And I think we may want to I think the Weather Service, I think what they're doing is they're pausing on this one for the time being to see if this rotation here hops into Ridgeville and makes it into Cross. We could see something additional here. And then Utahville, Holly Hill, we're not really seeing much in the way of a circulation here at this point. Not really very well defined. This is the one that's approaching Somerton. There's a couple of spots here on the normalized rotation that we use to kind of cut through the noise here. This is approaching Somerton, but again, no indication that anything is causing problems. But that being said, you're going to have problems with straight line wind. Everyone is going to have problems with straight line wind tonight, folks. This is and it's going to go for a few more hours. Again, we got to get Helene out of here and in a hurry. But that's not in the cards at the moment. We have a long way to go. Let's do that. Yeah. So let's let me switch the view here. Let me switch the view here, and we're going to go to the kind of a wider view of the situation. So again, there's your tornado warnings. We're now down to 3. We're now down to 3 tornado warnings, and again, just a lot of wind. And if you can believe this, what the remnant eye wall of Helene is moving into Augusta, Georgia, right now. That is, there's going to be some intense wind in that. It's still a hurricane for the moment. We'll get an update here shortly from the Weather Service on what that looks like. Yeah, you can see that outflow. The pattern still looks good. Feeder bands feeding into the center of circulation here. The center of circulation is just to the east of Macon, is approaching Augusta, Georgia right now. It looks like the center of circulation may make it into South Carolina. Originally, that wasn't the case, but it looks like that is going to be an issue there. So let's zoom back out a little bit. We have again, we have 3 tornado warnings. There was an update to the tornado warning. So a lot of folks talking about, we just got a new tornado. We got an update to the tornado warning, and this is tightening up. And I think we're going to see a reissuance downstream here. Let me show you what I'm showing. Let me show you what I'm looking at here. This is tightening up just south of Ridgeville. So if you're in Ridgeville, I would go ahead and take cover. The Weather Service has just issued a new tornado warning for this area. So that's we're right there with them. So Ridgeville, Dorchester, Harleyville. This is going to include I-26 between exit 194 and exit 177. So 187, 189. That is going to be, that's an issue. Folks are going to start traveling in 26 here soon, and so we need folks to be careful. Now, the weather radios are going to go off because the weather radios are county-based here. But if you're in Goose Creek, you're fine. I mean, you're windy, but you're fine. The tornado warning is for Berkeley County. The tornado warning is, the circulation is right here around Ridgeville. There's the Summerville Airport. Here's Ridgeville. I would love to see an observation from there. There's a circulation right here near Ridgeville. So we're going to look at some of the products here. We're going to look to see if we've got any evidence of debris, and we do not have any evidence of debris to this point. But yeah, this is you can see just all the warnings that we've had tonight. This is unfolding, unfortunately, the way that we thought. And this is this is quite unfortunate with the way things go. So again, there's a lot of folks are getting updates to the tornado warnings that are happening here, and so when you get that update, that will be that does not necessarily mean a new tornado, but it does mean that there is a thing. And Brian, thank you. I'm going to need all the coffee I can get. I don't think they make enough, but we're going to do our best. Thank you so much for the super chat. Right now in Mount Pleasant, Isle of Palms, you're done for the moment. But again, this stuff is moving fast and furious. This has been this has just been absolutely rocking and rolling. We do have additional showers and thunderstorms coming ashore, and there may be some embedded rotation within these two. Just Seabrook and Kiowa, stay tuned. We may end up getting yet another tornado warning for you if this circulation to the south, and it was right behind me, hold here. Otherwise, you're getting a lot of wind and rain, just straight up wind and rain here. So again, let's kind of reset it. West Ashley, no tornado warnings there. Downtown Charleston, no tornado warnings there. James and Johns right now, no tornado warnings. I mean, this is moving very fast. And again, we're going to ask folks to make sure that they're, that y'all are, keeping an eye on that. The tornadic circulation that was near Knightsville, that has moved north. That is now in Ridgeville. That circulation is in Ridgeville. So Knightsville, you are, for the moment, clear of tornadoes. Ladson, you're fine. And so, yeah, so that's some elevated rotation there. So again, this is about to cross I-26 near Pringletown and exit 187. Somerton area, the tornado warning was updated, and Columbia is keeping it going. They're saying that that there's still the risk for some circulation over Somerton, but at this point, it's moving fairly quickly, and it's not looking great on radar from what we can see here. So that's good news. We always like it when it doesn't look good on radar, because the radars are pretty good. And then we're moving over Clarendon. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. We'll keep an eye out there, but it should be over here very shortly in Somerton. Just so many reports of power outages coming in, and it's going to be maybe a little bit before we can get that stuff restored. But the good news is that Helene is moving fast. So that's good news. So, all right. So we have updates to the warning. So, again, Knightsville area, the warning is ended in your area. Knightsville, Summerville, you're pretty much in the clear. And for the moment, we're more concerned now about these circulation near Ridgeville, and this is moving. It's going to move towards the town of Dorchester, crossing I-26. That's going to be busy. Now we're seeing, let me go over here let's go peek at the velocity here. Velocity is looking a little noisier, although looks like a new area of rotation trying to spin up right around Hugie. So we need to keep an eye on that. It's possible that could get warned. It sounds like reports of power flashes in Ridgeville. So that's not a good sign. We'll have to, let me just check the correlation coefficient. Not seeing anything terribly suspicious, but again, we're looking at about 3,000 feet. So, yeah. So, it's the winds are kicking, friends. The winds are absolutely kicking. Again, we've been gusting to 56 at the airport, 46 on Johns Island. Walterboro is gusting to 48 right now. Beaufort has had hurricane force gusts, gusting to 42 there, gusting to 39 in Hilton Head, and that's actually starting to wind down. Let's take the wider view real quick. And again, if you're in Ladson, if you're in Ladson, you're okay right now. Again, zooming in North Mount Pleasant, I think that this is probably over for you. There is some broad rotation here. Honestly, I'm a little bit more concerned about the rotation that's showing up near Hugie and Bethera. This is going to cross 17A between Moncks Corner and Jamestown, heading toward Alvin and maybe St. Stephen. So we don't have a tornado warning on this. We're going to see what the Weather Service decides to do with it. But that's we're going to see what happens. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Meanwhile, going back to Ridgeville here for a second, and we're going to do storm relative velocity. Looks like the couplet has crossed I-26 near Pringletown. It's heading towards Spring Rill, Sandridge, Hussertown, Ebenezer, and Black Creek. So Ridgeville, the Weather Service has just updated the warning to take Ridgeville out of the warning. So now town of Dorchester, town of Dorchester, Pringletown, Spring Hill, Sand Ridge, Ebenezer for the next few minutes. And Holly Hill, I would be watching this one. This is going to get a little close for comfort. And we'll see if Columbia decides to warn on it as well. And so, TFCom, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate that. And the tornado warning for Charleston County, the one that we were talking about from North Mount Pleasant, has been canceled. So the tornado warning for Charleston County has been canceled. We have no active tornado warnings in Charleston County, but that might not last long because we are looking at it. I have eyes on another cell that's coming ashore at between Seabrook and Kiowa, and it's got a fairly strong rotation on it, and we may be dealing with another. I wouldn't be shocked to see another warning come out on this as it comes ashore here. So again, Seabrook, Rockville, Wadmalaw, Yonge Island, Megget, Hollywood, Ravenel. Once again, we need folks paying attention here. This looks like we may have more problems. I hate to say it, we may have more issues here shortly. So we'll see what they decide to do. They decide to issue. The only warning in the Charleston Tri-County area now is the one in Dorchester and Berkeley counties that's north of Ridgeville, and this is approaching Old Gilliard Road, Highway 176, and again, Holly Hill, Utahville should continue to watch this very closely. So Bohicket Marina, Seabrook Island, we have this certainly has the look. There's your inflow notch right there. There's your circulation is going to be there. We go to velocity here, and we'll show you that I'll do storm relative here. We'll do storm relative velocity. So yeah, this is here, and so we're going to see this potentially come ashore here at a moment's notice. We have special marine warnings kind of out as a blanket at this point for anything that's out there can rotate and produce water spouts. And so if this holds up, I can see another warning coming out at some point. Now I don't have any, the Weather Service has not indicated that is what they're going to do. I want to be completely clear on that. Pure speculation on my part, but yeah. So, so let us know what you're seeing. If you're seeing anything crazy, would love to know. So again, the hope and the hope and the prayer for these things to calm down is around 8, and we haven't had a real chance to do this. But Helene is, we do have an update on Helene, and Helene is now. Let me get the Hurricane Center stuff up here real quick. Helene is, I believe, once again a tropical storm. Sounds like that's the case. Yeah. So Helene is now a tropical storm. Max winds around 70 miles an hour. And so this is so the eye wall for that is getting to Augusta. We're getting this kind of parallel. Give it a couple more hours, and once we get this center of circulation north and out of here, we're going to start to calm down. In fact, we're starting to calm down already around Savannah, Beaufort, those areas. I think you're looking better there. Some dry air is wrapping around the circulation now, but that dry air is also helping increase the tornado threat there. And we now have that tornado warning, just as I thought they were going to do. New tornado warning for Kiowa and Wadmalaw and everything. Anytime I try to do anything synoptically tonight, we have to go. We have to go mesoscale. So Seabrook, Kiowa, Wadmalaw. It's a good thing I just left the roads up because a lot of these are the same roads. So Johns Island once again. So Johns Island once again, folks. This is picking up. Goose Creek again. We're going to be getting through pretty much the worst of the wind here in Charleston, I think, at this point. Over the next couple hours, and then once day breaks, once we get into daybreak, and when I see the sun for the second time, feels like today, we should be okay there. So again, Kiowa, this is going to be Betsy Carrison Parkway here, heading to Wadmalaw, western part of Johns Island, Main Road, River Road, those areas. This is going to approach. I'm so glad they kept me out of the polygon because that was going to nail me here. But yeah, getting across the Bear Swamp Road. So once again, This did take in parts of Glen McConnell Parkway. I think this is going to just track up the center line here. Once again, could be an issue for Hunt Club, so we need to watch that closely. We have a new warning now. We have a warning near Sumter, Pinewood. So this is a continuation of the warning that was in Columbia. So Pinewood, having a tough time telling where the circulation is. It might actually be closer to Somerton, based on what I'm seeing from this radar. I need to probably let me grab a view from Columbia here, and we'll get that patched in for you guys for our Columbia friends. I think we're going to have we have a much better look at it from Columbia. So yeah, let's go to this radar real quick. And so north of Pinewood right here, there's a circulation north of Pinewood, and this is going to head towards Wedgwood in the next little bit, and eventually Highway 76 towards Stateburg, Oakland, and Horatio. Looks like this is going to stay to the west of Sumter. So it looks like this is going to stay to the west of Sumter here. So would not be surprised to see Columbia issue for Holly Hill and Utahville. I think that is a very reasonable possibility, considering what we are currently seeing there. Let's go back to the Charleston radar. Let's go back to what we're seeing from the Charleston radar. Again, I'm trying to bounce around as fast as I can, folks. So here's your circulation now over Wadmalaw, and again, just crossed over Betsy Carrison Parkway. Not looking as intense as it did over the water, but Chisholm Road, Chaplin's Landing Road, a lot of these roads I've called out. It's about to cross Maybank Highway. It's about to cross Bears Bluff Road. We're doing that one again. The greatest hits are coming out to play. Chisholm Road, Chaplin's Landing Road, and eventually Highway 17 and Red Top. So there you go. We're bouncing around and doing what we can here. But again, for the moment, Wadmalaw under the gun, starting to move away from Seabrook. Again, these things are moving so fast; it's very hard to keep up with who's in and who's out. So Wadmalaw right now is the concern area. We're going to get into northwestern parts of Johns Island. We're going to get concerned here. Just to the east of Ravenel, we're going to get a little concerned as this heads towards Red Top. And again, very, very high winds right now being reported across, much of the Carolinas. It's not just, again, as we see Helene continue to race and get a move on, honestly. Moving through Augusta, you're going to have you're going to have a lot of wind, and it's not going to be necessarily tornadic, but you're going to have a lot of wind, and there's going to be and it's going to be very it's just going to be windy. It's going to be damaging, and it's going to be just not fun. And tomorrow's not going to be a fun day for North Carolina. Or today, for that matter. It's 5:24 today. It's not going to be a fun day for North Carolina. Much of the state is going to have problems with tornadoes and high winds and heavy rain. And so we're going to be we'll be watching that very closely. Lark Star, thank you for the super chat. Definitely appreciate that. Did want to talk about Beaufort County. And again, we are starting to see signs that there is improvement. Beaufort County, the winds are dying down. The circulation center of Helene is now north of the north of that latitude. So we're getting there. Beaufort, looking at Beaufort, I think you can start to feel pretty good about how you're doing. Sam, thank you for the super chat there. Really appreciate that. We're all tired. It's been a long night, and I had a feeling it would be. Incredibly, I've not broken into the Mountain Dew Code Red emergency situation yet. I haven't had time to. So Bears Bluff Road right now, looking at the circulation over Bears Bluff Road, this is again, here's the circulation that's prompted the tornado warning in Charleston County. It's now north of Betsy Carrison Parkway. This is approaching Chisholm Road. Zooming out a little bit here. Kiowa and Seabrook, you're going to have some gusty winds again. Now you're getting in the straight line variety once again. Yeah, this is going to run parallel to Main Road, it looks like, heading Chisholm Road, Chaplin's Landing Road, and Highway 17 near Red Top. It's going to probably clip a little bit of Bees Ferry, so we'll keep an eye on that. There is more rotation offshore. Here's another one that could have designs on the McClellanville area at some point, and maybe starting to get into Georgetown. We're going to start getting, so over the next couple hours, we are going to start seeing Georgetown, Myrtle are going to start getting into the action here. I am not going to be able to continue coverage up there. That's just that is not going to be able to be done. But you got great meteorologists in these areas. In Myrtle, you have our own Scotty Powell. It's so we've got good folks there. Epi Trasky, Scotty Powell, our own Scotty Powell, a lot of good friends up there who are willing to help you. And again, numerous reports of blown transformers, power flashes, things like that. With this on, from a variety of sources here. So again, we definitely very grateful for all of your reports tonight. This has been extremely helpful as we try to understand what's happening here. No sign of any debris being lofted to this point. And again, we continue with that good news. We have 2 tornado warnings that are now active. We have the one in Charleston County, and we have the one for Wedgwood and Stateburg between Sumter and Columbia. So we have 2 active tornado warnings. And so here's the wide view. Again, I want to pop up in the wide view here for a minute so you guys can see kind of what we're dealing with. We're starting also to see some of the forward speeds begin to come down. So that is good news as well. So this is only moving at 55. It's finally slowed down. So we're going to start to see as this continued to lift forward, but we're going to be in the winds for a few more hours. Okay, we're going to be in the winds for a few more hours. So don't get it's still going to be a little rough and tumble here. But yeah, we're looking at Sumter and in the Charleston metro. So let's go back to the live scan storm relative velocity here. Go back to our weather radar. It's right parallel to Main Road. There's your circulation here. It's about to cross Highway 17 at the tip of Bees Ferry. So again, no sign of any debris being lofted to this point, but we're going to keep an eye on that. Here's Highway 162, where it interfaces really right here, Chaplett's Landing Road, Royal Harbor Road, kind of right now, honestly, is where we're seeing that. So Davison Road, you're next. Hughes Road, that was Hughes Road. And then, getting into Red Top. So if, if you're into Red Top there, that is, that's the situation there. So we've had an update to the tornado warning, and I think this is going to clear a lot of y'all. Should have an updated polygon here in a second. Yeah, and it does. It does clear quite a bit of you guys, so which is great. You'll love, as they say, you love to see it. So we've been able to clear you of the tornado warning down in Kiowa and Wadmalaw. It's not updated on this screen yet, but it will. So there it is. There's the updated one here. So again, Main Road, Chaplin's Landing Road, circulation is basically about to cross Highway 17 at the 162 junction right here. So that little bend here where you have the choice of going to Ravenel or Hollywood, that's where, if there is anything here, that's where the circuit, and you can see just how quickly this is moving. And I got to tell you, with the way this is moving and the way this is holding together, I could see another tornado warning being issued further upstream. So keep an eye out in Summerville, keep an eye out southern Dorchester County. I can very easily foresee another tornado warning being issued here in actually pretty short order as this lifts out of Charleston County, very near Hunt Club. This is going to approach 61. once again. Zoom in a little bit. If you're in Shadow Moss, you're okay. If you're in, along Bees Ferry Road, it's going to get a little close, but you're generally okay. We need to watch the area around Middleton Lakes Road here. We need to watch the area around. Oh goodness, we really need a lot more. Ashley River Drive, State Highway, that's 61, and Dorchester Road. And again, this may come up the gut towards Somerville proper. So. Again, Somerville, keep an eye on this. I don't think we're done yet. I think you may have one more go with this guy. Let's see if they extend the warning up. And again, even without a tornado or anything like that, you're still going to have gusty winds here for the next few hours. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Question about Cane Bay. I think it's going to be, it's a little far out. I think this stays, to the west of Goose Creek. I think this, I think that's the situation there. And again, as far as warnings go, this has been pretty okay. So Cane Bay, right now, just a lot of wind and rain again, and that's the issue. That's the issue that we're dealing with right now, is that we have a lot of wind and rain moving through. Nothing tornadic, but in there. But yeah, we're definitely watching this. So, all right. I think I still have ice. Gross. Beaufort just gusted to 72, by the way. So there's still gusts out there to be had. So there's still gusts to be had. So we just had a gust to 72 at the Beaufort Marine Corps Station. So the circulation has now escaped containment once again. And so I think we can probably say that the circulation has moved north of 17. And I think we can say that for our friends on Johns Island, you're good again. You're good for the moment. Strong rotation, still evident on radar. Still evident on radar, approaching 61. And again, this has designs on Somerville. Let's see. I haven't done this in a minute. Let me. I haven't even pulled this up for this event. Oh my gosh. Whoa, that's a big. All right, clear the roads. And then we'll turn off the road labeler here. Stand by. All right. No, I told you to stop. Stop. And all right. Sorry about that, folks. All right. So we're gonna do a storm track on this. Weather Service had this one moving at, no, cancel that, clear that. The Weather Service had this moving at north at 55. So we're going to do this. We're going to take this and extrapolate this north at 55. That's a little fast. So if we're going to extrapolate that north at 55, we've got some arrival times for you. So Ladson at 5:47. Lincolnville at 5:49, Somerville at 5:50, Cane Bay at 5:57, 6:12 at Cross, and 6:19 at Utahville. And again, we have not had the warning extended here just yet, so we'll see what they end up doing. But this is trending north towards center of Somerville, so we want to keep an eye on this. Very possible that we may see they may decide to issue a new warning going north. And we have another warning actually from Columbia. This includes, no, they don't have any cities on here. But yeah, there's yeah, so this is moving. Again, this is going to stay west of Goose Creek, but it looks like this is going to maybe shave Cane Bay. And again, we'll see if they decide to issue on it. I've not seen the warning get issued yet. So again, we're not in the business of issuing tornado warnings here. We're in the business of listening to the experts on such things. They sit in the hot seat. They're very smart about it. So far, there's not been a warning decision to extend. So let's, that could be good. That could be a good sign. We have another warning now. Let's see. Yeah, we are busy, friends. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, so we have a new tornado warning, and this is for the. Whoa! I just took a power bump here. Still here, but yeah, my lights flickered a little bit. There's a chance you may lose me. But yeah, this is north of Vance, and this is going to head towards Pinewood, Eastover, Elgin, Lugoff, Camden, Ridgeway, and Kershaw over the next hour. So 548 for Pinewood, 558 for Eastover, 614 for Elgin, 615 for Lugoff, 616 for Camden, 624 for Ridgeway, and 631 for Kershaw. So the tornado warning for Charleston County has been canceled. So that is that is good. We're going to see now what they do here, and as far as as far as what we expect, I'm going to watch that, see what that does. Yeah, so we have two warnings in the Columbia. From the Columbia forecast office here, and again, that's how I do that. But yeah, this is just moving everything is moving very, very, very quickly. There's no other way to put it, folks. These are very difficult situations to work in and to forecast in, and it has been quite an adventure in all the wrong ways. Let me see if I can't clean up this radial data. Yeah, there we go. That's a little better. All right, cool. All right. So Sommerville getting wind and rain. If there is, looks like if there was rotation there, it's starting to broaden, which is probably why they've not reissued. And in fact, it's continuing to broaden and weaken. So that is good news. Love to see it. I hope it continues. That's exactly what we like to see. When we look offshore, starting to get a little quieter. That is very positive. But again, we've got plenty of wind to contend with, and we're going to be contending with wind through much of the morning. But in the Charleston Tri-County area, there are no active tornado warnings. So again, no active tornado warnings in the Charleston Tri-County area right now. A little thing that might be trying to get going to McClellanville. But other than that, so far so good. Columbia proper, you're fine tornado-wise. It's very windy and very rainy. The main concern right now is for this that is approaching. So Pinewood at 548. This is going to get to Eastover at 558. This is headed towards Camden. Although Camden, you're not in a warning here, and this may not be good. But yes, West Ashley is, the threat is not over. But I think, we are cautious optimism, I think is the word. Cautious optimism, but it is not great. So we have a lot of questions here. Is West Ashley clear from a tornado warning? Absolutely. There's no tornado warnings now in Charleston County. There are no tornado warnings in the Charleston Tri-County area. So there are no active tornado warnings in the Charleston Tri-County area. That could change. But right now in the Charleston Tri-County area, there are no active tornado warnings. The only two tornado warnings that we have on the board are kind of running the gut between Utahville, Pinewood, and really near Eastover, and approaching Camden. Camden is not in a warning, to be clear, but there is a lot of wind. And again, let's take a second and let's take a second. You know what? We've had a lot of people asking to talk a little bit more about, just exactly what's going on and, in their neck of the woods. And we're going to do that. We're going to talk about that right now. So there's Helene moving north. You have some very strong wind, very strong, heavy rain, flash flood warnings in Augusta. This is all approaching Greenwood. Lawrence, Anderson is eventually going to get into Greenville. Aiken is having a time right now. No tornadoes there, but certainly a lot of rain. As now tropical storm Helene is beginning to accelerate, and it looks like the center of the storm is actually looking a little bit more like those GFS projections, as it turns out. Um, and this is now getting into the upstate, where again numerous flash flood warnings are in effect here. So, and now we're starting to see some flash flood emergencies come out, which is very, very double plus not good. Starting to see some flash flood emergencies come out around Asheville and up in the North Carolina mountains. So we're gonna have to watch that. We're gonna have to watch that very closely. Again, that's going to be the main story for tomorrow. And again, the tornado threat is now going to start approaching places like Georgetown and Myrtle and Wilmington over the next couple hours as this lifts north. So, we're getting there, but we're not there yet. We still have the 2 tornado warnings that are well away from Metro Columbia. But yeah, Augusta, Georgia is taking it on the chin right now, folks. There's no other way to put it. That's that would be the eye wall there, and we'll take a little higher resolution look at that. Let me get over to Columbia's radar, and let me take Columbia here. So this is Augusta right here. We'll set this into motion, and you can see there's the twist there. I think if there's one interesting thing is that the dry air is really starting to eat away at the core of the storm. It is amazing how quickly that this has started to wind down. As far as the core of the storm goes, this was pretty well defined here not long ago, and now we're starting to see that biggest heavy rain move through Augusta. This will be the worst of it for you in Augusta. Once this is through, this is actually, you're probably in pretty good shape. Edgefield getting there, Greenwood is getting there. So yeah, this is what. Yeah, we don't need. Yeah, believe me, you definitely don't. And a lot of flooding starting to show up. And again, this is going to, we still have a fetch of moisture from the Atlantic, and that's going to continue to keep. Continue to keep things going on the north and east sides of the circulation. I do not have a power outage estimate. It's going to be a minute before I can get one of those, and I may not be able to get that here. So again, I do have a couple questions. There's some folks joining the stream who, right now we are now in currently in a bit of a lull as far as the imminent tornado threat in the Charleston Tri-County area. Before I sound like an idiot, let me double check that. But right now, looking good there. What I'm going to do is switch to the radar analyst here. And again, we have 1 tornado warning now. So we are down to 1 tornado warning. You see all the tornado warnings that we had earlier. And down to 1 tornado warning. And this is headed towards Rimini, Pinewood, and Wedgwood. And this tornado warning continues until 6 a.m. So I can imagine that Somerton will be canceled from it pretty soon. Utahville, you're for all intensive purposes, you're looking much better now than you were. Still some evidence of rotation in a few spots. This is we may have something trying to spin up in Sangaree. Let's see what happens here. All right, so let's talk about this. College Park, Sangaree, Driggerstown. The radar is indicating a TVS, a tornado vortex signature, right there around Sangaree. So College Park, Driggerstown, Sangaree, right here, right on top of I-26 here, a TVS. This is a tornado vortex signature. This is a fairly tight rotation. Let's see if we get a warning. It's not guaranteed because we've not had a lot of evidence that the rotations that we've been seeing overnight have been touching down. But we're going to need to keep an eye on that because I could very well see a warning coming out on this. All right, so this has moved north of Sangaree now. So again, this is moving very fast. This is approaching Cane Bay. We don't have a warning on this, but I'm going to talk about it as if we do. I just don't like what I see here. And Nexton Parkway, Cooley Road, this is moving very quickly. This is probably moving in still at 55 miles an hour. It's moving very, very, very quickly. And, we are watching this very closely here. Let me go to just get the single site reflectivity turned on. Let me turn off the watches, and I just want to have that available. So yeah, let's go to the map here. Tornado warning for Berkeley and Charleston. So this guy here has just triggered a new tornado warning. So I had a feeling that this would get warned, and it did. In fact, we have a second one. We may have a second rotation trying to spin up as well. So let's start talking about these. So new tornado warnings out in the Charleston Tri-County area again. We have a circulation right near Summerville that is approaching Cane Bay. And this one is, let me just take this full here. And again, I'm waiting for the polygons to populate here, but we do have a new tornado warning now in effect for Berkeley and Charleston. Why is it not showing up on any of my displays? This is not great. I really would love to see that get extended. I would love to see some information show up here, because the tornado warning for Berkeley and Charleston is actually over here. It's actually McClellanville and heading into Andrews. Sorry about that, guys. I thought it was going to be our. I thought for sure that they were going to warn on this guy, but they have not warned on that guy. They warned on this guy, and I had a feeling that they would. I had a feeling about this one too, but they did. Yeah, no. So sorry, folks. They did not warn in Somerville. Weather radios will go off because again, they're not storm based. They're county based. But if your phone didn't go off, you're good. But yeah, we have a circulation over McClellanville, and this is going to move very quickly here. Again, when we look at the tornado warning, it's moving north at 55 to 60 miles an hour. And so, now that being said, people are feeling the winds in Somerville. I mean, it sounds like that's certainly a thing. So again, we don't have a new warning for Monk's Corner. That was a mistake on my part. There's actually no new warning that I'm aware of at this point for Monk's Corner, unless something's going off and I've got some data issues. But the warning in the Tri-County is for McClellanville. And again, it's not going to be McClellanville for too long. Goose Creek, again, wind and rain here. I'm still suspicious, but don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Well, I'm going to be. Sorry, it's my job. There's this area of rotation right here that I'm seeing. This is interesting. This is interesting, and we'll see. We'll see what this does. Yeah, there it is. Okay, there's the new tornado warning. All right, so there's the new tornado warning. This is the tornado warning I thought was going to happen. It has happened. So we have a new tornado warning now for this circulation that is near Cane Bay. That is can't clear my telestrator. All right, why can't I clear my telestrator? All right, we'll just okay, that's not working. So all right, so are we stuck with my telestrator here? Let me clear it. All right, so Cane Bay, this is paralleling 176, and just got a new update. Again, we're getting a lot of noise in the data here. So let's go back to the storm analyst here. This is showing us, this will help us see where the areas of rotation are. And again, there's your tornado warning. This includes Cross. This includes Cane Bay, Murraysville, Hussertown, Black Creek, Moorfield, Chicora. And it's going to take in kind of the west side of this is going to take in the west side here of Lake Moultrie as well. So that's a very well-defined circulation right over Old Winter Road. It's about to cross, let's see, it's about to approach Queenie Road here. Let me see if I can't get better road references for you guys. Again, this is kind of troublesome here. We have Cane Bay High School up on here. It is departing quickly around Cane Bay High School. But yeah, there's your circulation right here. New Hope is there. Whitesville, Carnes Crossroad. This is north of you. This is lifting north and away. So now this is this is lifting north and away. And again, we'll put this in motion here. You can see there's just a lot going on. There's a lot going on here. The bounded weak echo region, no sign of debris being lofted yet, but we'll watch that. But yeah, there's your circulation near State Road. This is going to head towards. This is if it holds together, and that's not always a guarantee. This is going to head towards Cross if it holds together. But again, there's your circulation here. It's north of 17A. It is just to the east of 176. And again, we're still getting buffeted by winds here. We're still gusting pretty well. Still gusting in the 30s and 40s across much of the Charleston metro area, and I've got power issues that are trying to. We are now getting storm surge issues as well. We are getting storm surge issues for downtown Charleston. So downtown Charleston. We've been talking a lot about tornadoes, but we are now starting to see the surge come in. All right. So let's see. Where's my tides window? No, that's not the one I wanted. Why did we have to? Give me just a second here. We are now looking at a water level in Charleston Harbor that is about to breach major flood stage, or it has breached major flood stage. We're at 7.9 feet. We have rain. We have rain moving into the area right now. We have some heavy rain moving into Charleston. So if you're traveling downtown, get ready. Very, very suddenly here, we may have a lot of closed roads for downtown. So again, we have hydrological issues. We have issues beyond tornadoes. Let's just do a quick check of our tornado warnings. Again, the one near Sumter and Eastover. This is north of Pinewood. This is still going. This one is going to go until 6 a.m. and it is 5:54. So we'll see what Columbia decides to do with it. If it decides to rewarn. Again, from this vantage point, it's not great. Not great as in perhaps probably not warnable. It's very sheared out and elongated, and I don't think that is going to really prompt that. The second tornado warning is McClellanville. Looks like it's getting north of McClellanville. It's about to cross the Santee into Georgetown County, and I wouldn't be surprised if Wilmington, the Weather Service in Wilmington, decides to do that. So flash flood warning now for downtown Charleston. So we have a flash flood warning for downtown Charleston. Let me make sure that I'm on the right screen here. So flash flood warning for downtown Charleston. Here we go. This actually takes in much of the metro. So Charleston, Folly Beach, James Island, we have a lot of rain moving through now, and the tide has peaked around 8 feet. So the storm surge has come in and has been on the high. It looks like the storm surge came in on the high end of expectations. So flash flood warning, Charleston, Isle of Palms. Your phones are going to go off for this one, but it is not a tornado. Charleston, Mount Pleasant, Isle of Palms, North Charleston, up towards Hanahan, James Island, West Ashley, Folly Beach. Flash flood warning now in effect for this area. This flash flood warning will go until 11:45. So So yeah, so new flash flood warning here until 11:45. So we're gonna be dealing with the potential for a lot of closed roads here. I'm gonna again, we're working a lot of angles with this, folks, and we're gonna be getting into closed road territory before it's all over. So yeah, let me get the goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Um, and let me resume that real quick, and I'm going to try and get this over here so we can talk and type at the same time. Um, yeah, so this isn't over yet. I mean, not by a long shot. We're still going to be dealing with this, and now we have a flash flood warning. And for those of you watching us, hopefully the Instagram feed is holding. I get worried when you can't go very long on Instagram. They always tell you an hour, but they usually cut me off at the worst possible time. So. And again, I'm just typing real quick here. We haven't done a lot of typing or tweeting here, so we need to make sure that we're doing that for folks. So yeah, flash flood warning, Charleston Metro until 11:45, and that is 11:45 in the morning, because it is the morning, and so we're going to go ahead and post that out to stories as well. This is no good. So so let me that's a me no. Let's show you the this is a good report from friend Kristen up in Goose Creek. Liberty Hall Road at Pond Road is closed for broken power pole, unknown how long. Please use an alternate route. So folks who are driving, please be safe. We're still gusting into the 60s down in Beaufort. So it's pretty nasty here. So yeah, so at this point, no travel is advised into downtown Charleston with this flash flood warning that's now in effect. We're going to continue watching for the potential for tornadoes, but right now the main concern now is hydrological. So the issue is currently hydrological. Now, getting up to let's keep bouncing here, because we still have a lot to talk about tornado wise, and circulation that was near Cane Bay is starting to broaden out again. But Cross at 6:05, Somerton at 6:27. So we're going to keep an eye on that. We have, as expected, the tornado warning that was in Berkeley has been extended into Georgetown County now. Takes in the town of Andrews. And at this point in Cane Bay, you were clear. You were all clear. So this is going towards Andrews. So 552 McClellanville, that's long since passed. Andrews at 6:14, 6:34 Stuckey, 6:35 Hemingway, if it makes it that far, 6:40 at Johnsonville. So again, strong rotation. This is something that came up out of the water. And so this is moving northward here. Getting some reports of trees down in parts of Charleston. That is to be expected. Cane Bay's the warning in Cane Bay was an update to the tornado warning that actually cancels it for Cane Bay. So we're back here now, and again, this that is the updated. That is the updated view. The rotation is not very pronounced. There's a lot of noise here. Just a lot of noise here, and it's just not pronounced. So I'm not, so it looks kind of broad, actually. It looks a little bit more broad. So we'll see. Again, the warning continues until 6:30. So this is going to be another half hour or so, and we'll probably be able to trim some more of this fat on the warning here very soon. So again, Cane Bay, I think you're okay right now. Cross area, keep an eye on this. Western Lake Moultrie, keep an eye on this for sure. And yeah, so there's again, there's the tornado warning for Charleston County that was in McClellanville has been canceled. So that tornado warning is off the board. That cell is now moved into Georgetown County. It is not in the town of Georgetown. It is west of there, approaching Andrews. But a lot of rain now starting to fall around Daniel Island. So let's go to the reflectivity view. We can show you kind of what this looks like here. So there's your rain. Put this into motion. And honestly, I love talking about rain. So yeah, so again, we now have the rain train that's moving over Charleston. And some cells in there, certainly a little bit of curvature to these cells at times. So we need to watch that as these rotate in. But right now we have this heavy rain and a very high tide that has prompted a flash flood warning for downtown Charleston. The water level in Charleston Harbor is surging right now. It got up to 8.02 feet and is hovering around 7.96 feet. So storm surge is affecting the area right now. And that's a little bit higher than what was predicted. We were thinking minor flooding overnight. That has not come to pass. And I think some of that has to do with the fact that it did go a little bit more east of the original track. So yeah. Let's take a peek. Let's take a peek at downtown Charleston here, and this is from the College Charleston, and yeah, but plenty of rain falling here. We can't see. We usually can see the bridge from here. You can't see the bridge. Some very heavy rain falling at this point. And again, that flash flood warning now in effect until 11:45. Travel not advised in this flash flood warning area. So if your phone did go off, it wasn't a tornado this time, which is great. But there's that. So again, we are continuing to watch a system near Cross right now. This is not as well organized as it was a little bit ago, but we're going to keep an eye on it. But as we go to the storm analyst here, we go to the radar analyst. I'm not seeing much here. So nothing there that I'm too concerned about for Cross. And again, what we're watching here again now is this rain train, and within this rain train there is still the potential for tornadoes. That is still a possibility, and we're going to have to monitor these things. They spin up, they spin down. Getting flood reports now close to College of Charleston. Smith Street is flooded by Calhoun. Pretty standard. Not surprised by that in the slightest. Not surprised by that in the slightest at all. We keep the CFC cam down here. I'll kind of move it around maybe. Let's see if I can't. Whoa, no, that's not what I expected to happen. So yeah, so there's a CFC cam once again. Let's take my radar back full. We'll keep that down there. We'll keep an eye on that. Thank you, Sarah, on YouTube for the report. And again, now we're really dealing with the rain that is starting to come into Charleston. Again, we have that considerable flash flood warning now in effect. We have 2 tornado warnings on the board in Georgetown and west of Georgetown, that is, and in Berkeley County. Well, that Berkeley County warning is looking more and more marginal at this point. That rotation is really starting to, that rotation is really starting to kind of wind down. The main rain event is, though, happening upstate and into the North Carolina mountains, and we're really starting to see that now as this pushes into Augusta. You're going to get that main rain shield is starting to is starting to move in. Numerous flash flood warnings in effect in Greenville. Just many issues here right now. It's just very nasty at the moment. So just a really tough situation there. So again, let's zoom back out, and a lot of rain falling right now over Charleston. This is going to be, I would say that this is the peak of the rain event right now for the Charleston Metro. This is that feeder band that we had been looking at on the modeling, and it is moving through. It's moving through maybe even a little later than we thought as we get 6 a.m. here. There is some evidence of rotation showing up on some of these cells offshore. And I know that's what we love to hear. I know that we're so happy to hear that at this point in the morning. But, we do have a couple areas of rotation that we need to watch. We have one that is approaching Isle of Palms, and we have one that is a little further out, but also has eyes on Isle of Palms. And and it's very breezy and blustery and gusty in Charleston, and we'll be doing that in Goose Creek too. So again, this right now the rain train is kind of running parallel to Highway 52. I think is the best landmark that I can get for that. So Highway 52 is where we're seeing that. So I really want these watches to just go away. I'm gonna have to fix that. Um, but yeah, we're getting close. We're getting to the point now. Again, where we're going to get through this, but we still have a little bit to go. This is probably the last of the worst of it, as Helene continues to punch north. I'll set this into motion once again, and you can see the movement of these cells. Have some missing data in there too. So again, the rain train right over Charleston right now. Try and get some rainfall estimates from the radar here. Yeah, let's see if we can do that. Let's get some rainfall estimates here. So 1 hour precipitation, that's what we're looking for. Past hour precipitation from the radar here. Waiting for this. Waiting. It's not loading. That's cool. Great. Let's see. Storm totals. Do I get storm totals? Am I allowed to have storm totals? All right. We'll have to use something else for that. That's fine. And that's why we have multiple sources of radar. All right. So in the past hour, so let's look at this. So in the past hour, about upwards of an inch in the past hour across much of Charleston here, and this is going to continue to increase over the next couple hours. So do you think the Carnival Cruise parking lot is flooding causing vehicle damage? Don't have any reports, but it could be a problem. Certainly it could be a problem. Georgia's taking the eye wall right now. I mean, this is a wild night here. And again, we're looking at, the webcam here. We'll kind of switch this real quick. That's a look downtown, kind of in between squalls, but it's going to rain a little bit more there before it's over. I'm getting some power flickers here again. Gust wise, let's talk about it. So we're gusting to 46 at the airport, 43 in Johns Island, 37 at Mount Pleasant, 32 in Sommerville, 33 in Monk's Corner, and 39 at Hilton Head. We are getting, we're getting there, but it's not as bad as it was. We were gusting to 56 at one point there, and we've had hurricane force gusts down in Beaufort pre-time. Oh, goodness. Yeah. So again, rain moving through Charleston right now, and again, there is, unfortunately, there is the potential that we may be talking rotation here sooner rather than later. That's the last thing I want to discuss at this point. But yeah, there's some tight rotation showing up on the analyst here that is offshore Mount Pleasant. So right there, right here, offshore Mount Pleasant, and this is moving north. Yep. Getting hammered in Goose Creek, definitely the worst it's been. Definitely not the fun kind of hammered, that's for sure. It's rough. So so again, we're trying to keep up with with everything here. There's a strong indication of circulation here. So thank you for the super chat here. We do have a question about Fayetteville. In Fayetteville, you are going to be later today. The tornado threat is going to shift into your area. We could see scattered to numerous thunderstorms causing issues there. So we're going to have to watch that closely. And so again, friends up in Fayetteville, we may have some problems. So it's going to be a busy day up there. It's going to be a busy day in Eastern North Carolina. It's just going to be a busy day. So, yeah. So there's a very tight circulation right now. Let's use the rotation tool. And actually, it's funny. You use the rotation tool, and it's like that's weak sauce, all things considered, which is kind of funny. But it's bears watching. We still have that curvature there, and we still have some shear that we're dealing with. Let me look at, there's still plenty of cape, there's still plenty of shear. The shear is diminishing and will continue to diminish, but we are still looking at, I'm looking at some of the parameters here. We have a significant tornado parameter of 5 right now across the Tri-County area. And that's pretty solid. Yeah, so that's a pretty solid, significant tornado parameter for our neck of the woods. And so there you go. So we still have a tornado warning in northern Berkeley. We'll see how long this goes. So this has got about 17 minutes on it, and we'll see how long that lasts. It's near cross at this point, but again, I'm not seeing, when I use our rotation tool, it looks like any rotation is now over Lake Marion. So it's very possible that we could be, yeah, so there we go. A lot of reports of power outages this morning. A lot of people waking up without power. Definitely not surprised. It's been a long night. Again, people going through floodwater. We need folks to be doing that. Getting some questions about bridges. I've heard nothing about bridges. It's windy. It's very windy, and you should use caution on the bridges. I don't have any indication right now that the bridges are either closed or open or anything like that. So that's where we're at. So anyway, I'm gonna get a note out there. Thank you, Anna, for the super chat. I'm gonna need every ounce of that. So there's the rotation, and then Cane Bay, you're fine right now. Actually, you're actually really okay. You just got a lot of rain moving through and a lot of wind, but tornadically you're fine. Not really a concern there. Where I'm concerned at the moment is this area of rotation that is approaching Sullivan's Island and Isle of Palms. So this guy right here, if this holds up, this could prompt a tornado warning for parts of Mount Pleasant, for Sullivan's, for Isle of Palms, heading into potentially Daniel Island. So we're going to need to keep an eye on that as time goes on. Yeah, so we're gonna watch this as much as we can. Yeah, so we do still have a tornado warning in Monk's Corner. I don't know that that's going to last. I don't see any evidence of any organized rotation at this point on the radar. I would say that you're probably okay for the moment. In fact, you're more than likely very okay for the moment in Monk's Corner. Oh boy, the last thing I want to see. So it looks like you're awake. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, just turn it all off. Yeah, let's just there's your circulation near Sullivan's. And if this continues on the track that it's going, it's going to split the difference. It's going to basically head right to Isle of Palms. So Isle of Palms, we need folks in Isle of Palms to be keeping a very close eye out. Keeping a very close eye out. The only active tornado warning in the Tri-County is this tornado warning in northern Berkeley. And I think that this is going to be, probably dropped here pretty soon, if I had to guess. But again, we'll watch that accordingly. We have not had, damage reports are going to be slow to come in. Apparently, there are 15,449 power outages. In Berkeley County. So, if we're being honest, I should have called it a night too. But I tried to call it a night, and then I got woken up again. So by a tornado warning. New tornado warning now. Yeah, they're warning on this. We have a new tornado warning for Berkeley and Charleston, and this is exactly where I thought it was going to be. This is for this is going to include Mount Pleasant, Sullivan's Island, Wild Dunes, Isle of Palms, up towards Whitehall Terrace, Deweese Island, Wando, Cainhoy, Snowden. This is just to the east of Daniel Island. So again, we have a new tornado warning now out. Circulation coming ashore. Had a feeling that this would be the case, and sure enough. So there's your. So let's get back to the multi-view here, so I can see what I'm doing, and let's show you what we're looking at. There's your tornado warning right here, Isle of Palms. This is coming ashore right here at Isle of Palms. There's your circulation, and wind going away, wind going toward. That's your circulation. This is lifting northward. Get you a speed on this. This is lifting northward about 60 miles an hour. So this is still moving at a good clip. So let's give you some arrival time. So 6:21 at Isle of Palms, so just in a couple minutes. 6:30 at Wando, 6:40 at Hugie, 6:54 at Jamestown. Hugie, Jamestown, you're not in the tornado warning. But we are not. But that being said, if this holds up, which, we've had mixed results on that, we could see this extended northward. So again, Wando, Cainhoy, those areas, if you're waking up because of a tornado warning, if you're waking up because you just got pinged for a tornado warning, it's time to head to shelter. Interior room, lowest floor, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. They are moving quickly. You won't have to stay there long. But yeah, this tornadic circulation moving north very quickly at 60 miles an hour. And so there it is. It's the circulation right over Isle of Palms as we speak. Yeah, so there we go. There's your circulation, Isle of Palms. Northern Berkeley, that warning continues, but I mean, I can't imagine that it's going to be. I'm not seeing any organized rotation with that. I'm really not worried about the Berkeley warning at this point. I'm not really overly concerned with that. Let's start talking streets here. Tornadic circulation on Isle of Palms. If there's something there, that's where it's going to be. And we're gonna do the just opening up some additional sources of information to help me keep an eye on this. And Isle of Palms, right here, there's your circulation. Right over Isle of Palms is moving north at 60 miles an hour. So again, right over the connector, it's crossing the connector. It's going to cross Highway 17 if it hasn't already done so. It's going to approach Highway 41. Let's see if we can get you some streets. So yeah, here's 41. Here's 17. Just to be totally clear on where we are. And here's the connector. So Rifle Range Road, for example. this is going to get into, looks like this is going to get to Hamlin Park. Here's, we'll just mark rifle range all the way across the connector here, Rifle Range Road. So that's helpful context. Over on Instagram, we have somebody on Isle of Palms right now saying so far so good. So that is good. And again, thank you all to for the super chats. We'll get to those. I really appreciate it. But it's very helpful for us and what we do. I definitely appreciate it. So it's just going to approach Long Point Road. This is moving. Let's see if I can get some more. Brickyard Parkway. This is Park West Boulevard right here is in the tornado warning, and this is going to get very close to there. Airport Road. So again, the airport. Again, we should get a good observation from this. Here's Dunes West Boulevard, Rivertown Parkway. So Rivertown is going to be affected here. Harper's Ferry, Tall Grass is probably Carolina Park Boulevard. This is folks. This is going to be near the Snee Farm area. Wando High School is in this warning. Wando and Cainhoy later. So again, if you're Clements Ferry Road in Wando, be on alert. Gearons Bridge Road. Once again, we've called that out before. It's busy. So again, if you got the warning on your phone, I would definitely be watching that. So we had a question about Mathis Ferry. Mathis Ferry is right here. We're at the edge of this. We're at the edge of this warning. So again, this is moving north. It's moving north at 60 miles an hour. So you're not going to be able to see it. You're not going to be able to see it, but it's very rain wrapped, which is another problem that we have with these. And again, and there's the issue. Just doing a quick check of the warning in Berkeley. So far, so good. Looks like the warning for Andrews, that storm has now moved further into near Stuckey and Johnsonville and Lake City eventually. Scranton, Pamplico, Coward, those areas, possibly for that rotating cell that came off of the ocean and came through McClellanville. Which again, we're trying to understand what the damage. So Long Point Road is shutting down due to flooding, by the way. So that's not surprising considering where the water levels are at this point. It's very far from surprising here. But again, we're still at 7.7 feet in the harbor. The water is trying to recede a little bit, but it may take some time. Again, we're dealing with storm surge here now as well. So it's a lot going on here at the moment. Strong gusty winds near the Ravenel, things like that. But yeah, your tornado threat is getting close to Dunes West if it's not already there. Ayers Plantation Way, Summertime Lane. Yeah, so there's so. Yeah, so zoom out a little bit. It's kind of running parallel to Park West Boulevard. There's your rotation right there. Green is toward, red is away. Put those together. That's your circulation. The Berkeley tornado warning has been canceled, by the way. So just to put a fine point on that one, the Weather Service has canceled the Berkeley tornado warning, the one that was in northern Berkeley, so Cross and Monk's Corner near there. That has been canceled. And again, we've got a lot of reports of strong wind gusts, and that's going to continue. That is absolutely going to continue. You're going to continue to see these gusts for the foreseeable future. As the pressure rises behind Helene, we're going to continue to have some strong gusty winds. Let's see if I can get 10 Mile on here. again, I'm just trying to find locations here as best as I can, and the mapping only gets me so far. So Wando Plantation Way, Peters Parkway, Garrett's Bridge Road. There's Highway 41. Here's Halfway Creek Road. Whoa, that's not supposed to happen. That is what we call a complete de-aliasing failure. So we're going to switch off of that source, and we're going to move over to the analyst here. That sucks. Wow. So there's a circulation here approaching 41, and we'll hope that the whatever drugs that software took will come out there. Let me get this back to reflectivity, and let me get this back to velocity. So at this point, this is north of the airport here. I don't have a recent update for the airport. And yeah, we're still getting a lot of reports of strong winds, and we're going to have that for quite some time. It's going to be windy through about midday. And then from there, I think we're going to start to see some improvement. But yeah, again, we want folks to avoid travel if possible there, and we really, mercy. It's been a day, folks. It's been a day. Yeah. So again, very squally right now. Again, we're seeing kind of the crescendo, so to speak, of the weather right now. Let me turn that off here. And the weather is beginning to hit a crescendo. That feeder band that we were talking about is it looks like it's now starting to move. It's now starting to get east of Charleston. There's still some showers behind it, but certainly not like what we're seeing here. And so that's going to be something we're going to want to watch. But again, right now here's the circulation approaching Wando and Cainhoy. Actually, just past there, just right around Wando now. It's approaching Charity, and this is heading right up Highway 41. So it's following Highway 41. And if this persists, then we could see this warning extended up into Hugie once again, and possibly Bethera. So there's your possible tornado signature. No evidence of debris being lofted, which has been a common refrain, thank goodness, for much of the night. And there's Wando, and there's the rotation pushing north towards Hugie. We have reports of a down power line at Mathis Ferry and 6th Avenue. So we got James joining us in Charlotte. He's got and we're gonna, James, I'm gonna get you in just a second here. I'm gonna get my other map up real quick, and I just want to go over a couple of these locations. So again, the tornadic circulation appears to be near Wando, and again is going to be let's get this here, Halfway Creek Road. That's the again, so about right now at Wando, and then about 10 minutes at Hugie. We'll see what happens. So it's going to cross Halfway Creek Road here in fairly short order. Let's see if the velocity has stopped taking drugs. It has. Okay, great. So the rotational couplet right now is directly over Halfway Creek Road, and is continuing to lift northward. Here's Highway 41. Here is more Halfway Creek Road. As far as Clements Ferry goes, I think you're going to be okay. Because Clements Ferry Road is over here. You may have some flooding issues to deal with, but the risk for tornadic activity is diminishing quickly. It is lifting north of you. It's lifting north. So we'll watch that very carefully. Let's Ayrton back into the conversation. James, you're in Charlotte. You're having quite a day. It's going to be quite a day there for sure. And you're seeing, you're going to be seeing more of Helene's wrath here fairly soon.
Good morning to you, Jared. First off, my hat's off to you. When I went to bed last night, you were streaming. When I woke up this morning, You were streaming. I am now heading into the day job at the TV station, so I've just started what is normally a 30-minute trek to work. I think it's going to take a little bit longer this morning, so you guys will be able to ride along with me as we travel from Matthews towards where Charlotte Douglas International Airport is here. So we'll be kind of surveying the southern part of Mech. Right now, the winds are blowing, the roads are wet. There's more cars out on the road than I anticipated, and as long as I've got connection, we'll see what the interstate holds here in the next few minutes, Jared.
Okay, sounds good, and we'll keep an eye on that. Again, you are under a tornado watch, but there's a lot of flash flood warnings there. There's it's really rough. And again, you can see all the flash flood warnings upstate. Flash flood emergencies now in the escarpment there. The Blue Ridge, a lot of flash flood emergencies where you have that red shading there, a lot of red shading, just a lot, very red letter day there. So we're going to keep.
Just as I was getting in the car, they activated the wireless emergency alert for flash flooding here in Mecklenburg and I believe neighboring Union County as well. So they've woken everybody up now to alert them.
Yeah, so everyone's going to know now, that's for sure. A quick update on Berkeley County. Otherwise, Cane Bay, that area, actually, reasonably okay at the moment, but not. Man, they just keep coming. We may have another cell trying to organize offshore. Be arriving at Isle of Palms at 6:44. So.
In order of transparent business, I don't know if I can reach my mute button while driving, so you may just need to pop me down.
Sounds good. We'll do that for time being. I don't know how you're going to flag me if you need me, so I think we'll just leave this. I think we'll just leave this rolling. Honestly.
Okay.
I think we'll just leave this rolling.
One item that I brought with me on the morning drive that you're likely to hear is my mobile weather radio. So if they were to issue any sort of additional warnings for anywhere across Charlotte metro area while I'm driving, that will grab my attention, and I'm sure you'll hear it too.
Cool. Sounds good. All right. So circulation is continuing to move. This is the Mount Pleasant one. That circulation is continuing to move across Highway 41, really right up the gut of Highway 41, heading towards Hugie. There's some weak rotation near Snowden showing up, but I would say that for the moment, probably doing better, Mount Pleasant wise. Now we need to watch this. We need to watch.
Whoa! Branch in the road.
Oh, there you go.
That's one.
Yep, and probably many to come. Probably many to come. So the tornado warning continues here. I don't think they updated the polygon. I think they just continued the warning. They updated it. So the cell that they were worried about was now moving north at 75. It was over Boone Hall, and moving very quickly. And I think this is wouldn't be surprising to see them let this go and get this further north into Hugie. So, yeah, it is. So there's your circulation here. Still not totally. It looks like it's falling apart now, which is really great. I would love to see that. I would love nothing more than to see circulations fall apart today. That is my favorite thing to witness, and I certainly hope that remains the case. There's let's see. Yeah, let's talk about Daniel Island real quick, actually. So Daniel Island, this is going to be to your Wes, and actually what's interesting is that we are starting to get past the peak of the rain in the Charleston metro area. So we're starting to get past the peak of the rain, which is great. Can't argue with that. We'll take the large view here. We'll take the current weather view here, and yeah, there's your rain band still, and there's Helene. It's definitely looking less defined. It is moved inland and has weakened considerably as far as the just the structure of the storm. But yeah, there's your rain band. That main feeder band is moving through Charleston. It is moving quickly through Charleston. Should clear the Charleston metro here by 7:30, I think, based on the way this is looking. So if that is indeed the case, that's going to be welcome news for a lot of us, and we're going to be dealing with the wind for a while longer. So we're not out of the woods with that yet. Let's look at some of the gusts here. Orangeburg, yeah, gusting to 46 knots. It's really, you got some 50-knot gusts still around Savannah. And so again, the winds are going to hang around for a little bit longer, but we're going to start to dry out. James, anything to note you want to chat about?
Yeah, I think the most difficult part of the commute here this morning is just how dark it is. So in order to see the road in front of me, I almost have to be right on top of it, which certainly calls for a reduction of speed. I'm surprised at how many other cars are on the road, because between the oncoming headlights and the street lights, and then the water on my windshield, that is not helping to maintain visibility. That wireless emergency alert that went off a little while ago did advise everyone to avoid travel, which is obviously the opposite of what I'm doing right now. But as a broadcaster, we do try to work in shifts at the TV station. Right now, we are getting on Interstate 485. We're going to be getting on the inner loop here, kind of leaving the Matthews area, and we're going to scrape the bottom of southern Mecklenburg County. I have the wireless or the weather radio going off.
Yep.
And we'll see what this is for.
Yep.
I like that my weather radio sounds like I won a life in a 90s video game.
Yeah, mine sounds like that too, actually. Troy, thank you for the super sticker. It is a pair character bowing down saying thank you. We use a software called Restream to find these things, and it's we don't see that right. It's a great description of the pair sticker. So you are most welcome.
Jared, if I could selfishly ask you to confirm that that wasn't any sort of imminent warning for me, I heard the tones and I didn't hear the message, so I'm not sure what that broadcast was meant for.
Looks like this is I'm not sure what that was, James.
Okay.
That sounds yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
what I was starting to say is we're going to come through the Ballantyne area here in South Charlotte, through Pineville, on 485 inner loop. We'll eventually get to 77 northbound. The sights that I'm seeing this morning are not ones that I see very often in Charlotte, as many people are probably experiencing the same thing across the Carolinas. You can see those sheets of rain being blown across the road by the wind, and plenty of water here on the interstate too. I would say, the interstate is fully covered in water, and hopefully we're able to continue to traverse here at a safe speed.
Yeah, that's yeah. So, James, we'll let you concentrate on that. I'm going to go ahead and flip back. I've got you in the panel there. We're going to go ahead and flip back to the big view here, and we still have the tornado warning in Berkeley County. I am starting to think that. Starting to see that some of that rotation that prompted that probably has moved north at this point. The warning is continuing for the moment, and we'll see what the National Weather Service decides to do with it here. So again, we got that. We have a new tornado warning that includes Georgetown. So a new tornado warning for Georgetown. Area circulation coming in from off the water, heading very close to downtown Georgetown. So if you're in Georgetown, be on alert.
Oh.
And what's up? You okay?
Yeah, we just got a little windy there. I've got both hands on the wheel for that reason. But while you've got me, I will say this section of 485 has new lanes that are under construction, and with that comes new overhead signs that are covered in black tarps. and I can tell you one is already dangling by a cord, and that is going to be a blind spot for somebody when that thing finally rips free.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not ideal. That's what we in the business call suboptimal. I believe is a technical term for that. And my radar is smoking crack again, so we're going to switch back to the analyst. It likes to it's been liking to have like complete de-aliasing failures. Some of the software use is better than others. But yeah, the tornado has long since passed. Any tornadic circulation has long since passed the IOP connector here. We're looking at the velocity view on the storm analyst here, and again, this is really not. There's maybe some broad rotation here, Wando. There's some broad, there's broad disorganized rotation that might be trying to come before again near Wild Dunes. But I will say this: I'm not seeing the signatures that we were seeing that prompted this warning a little bit ago. So again, for folks that it's it's just one of those I might break into Limp Bizkit if I'm not careful. I'm not even a Limp Bizkit guy, so just one of those days, things like that. So the other issue that we've got going on in Charleston right now is flash flooding. We have flash flood warning in effect for the Charleston metro area until 11:45. The water level continues to hover around 5.57 feet. We are seeing the surge right now. The surge is here, and the departure now. This is looking like about 2.5 feet of surge here, James, and that is pretty impressive there. And so this is this is Charleston getting there. Yeah, but more trees, a lot of trees coming down, guys. It's bad. And I think this is this is rough. But yeah, we're seeing the storm surge. Very likely looks like about 3 feet of surge, which is maybe even higher than that. Preliminarily, we'll see what they come back with. But in the postmortem on this. But looking at reflectivity, let's talk about reflectivity here for a minute. Let's talk about let's talk about what we're seeing here. Put this into motion. It's been a busy night. It's been a long night, and circulation now beginning to lift away. You're starting to see some drier air beginning to move in. It's going to take some time, but some drier air is trying to move in. But with that drier air and with that that pressure rising on the backside of Helene, we will keep the gusty winds in place, very possibly for a good bit of the morning. So again, that's just the way there. But we're definitely some strong and gusty winds still on radar here. And now the tornado warnings are beginning to move into the PD. And let's check in with James, see what he's got going on down there. James, how you doing? I think he's hit mute. And probably concentrating on driving, which is actually the right thing to do. So we'll James, anything of note?
Just that it's really hard to see the lanes, especially in this construction zone where, from memory, I know that the lanes slide left and right around ongoing construction. So we're all trying to figure out exactly where the road is.
Got it. Well, let me let you do that. You figure that out, and we'll keep your stream going. We'll keep your cam going. I'm gonna go ahead and mute you there. And Bill Jr., thank you for the super chat. It's Been a long night for a lot of us here, guys. The Travelers Rest, a lot of a lot of power outages here. The tornado warning for Mount Pleasant and that area has expired. So that is good news. The tornado warning has expired for there. So that's good news. We're good there. So now the main concern is the flash flood warning, and again, starting to hear that flooding isn't too bad. That's good news. Let's pull in the road closures here real quick. I'm just going to take a peek at those. So we have 17 closures right now due to flooding in downtown Charleston, and as the tide goes out, as the surge wanes, we should see that, but it's waning slowly, and so we have a lot of onshore wind. We're going to be in the onshore wind pretty much for the next couple hours. But let's that. So the only tornado warning in town is approaching Pawleys Island in Georgetown. So we're watching that area very closely right now. Another cell coming in from off the ocean there that may have some rotation with it. But the main concern now has turned hydrological. The rain train has departed downtown, which is great news. So downtown Charleston, the rain train is now departing. We're now seeing it shift. St. Stephen, east of Monk's Corner, Mount Pleasant. So the tornado warning is over in Mount Pleasant, but again, you got a lot of rain. You're gonna have a lot of rain here for the next hour or so. But this is lifting out, and this is the end of the worst stuff in that area. So again, looking at looking at observations, we've had a 53-mile-an-hour gust at the airport, Charleston Airport. 39 miles an hour, this latest gust here, 39 miles an hour at Charleston Executive on Johns Island, 46 miles an hour at Mount Pleasant, 41 miles an hour at Summerville, 38 miles an hour at Monk's Corner, 39 miles an hour at Hilton Head. So again, this is all tropical storm force winds. And the tropical storm warning will continue until probably mid-morning, if I had to guess. So, and then we'll probably see a revision to that warning at 11. For the Charleston metro area. So again, we've got James, is commuting in. Looks like he's, reasonably smooth, although in a construction zone in rain, you never want to mess with that. We are seeing very heavy rain line up there. But we're Charleston is getting through this. We're still very windy down, and we're still quite windy at Beaufort. So we're getting there. But again, if you have to drive downtown, just be very, very cautious, and if you can avoid it, don't do it. We're gonna have to see, we're going to have to see how the tide will factor in here. Again, we were at high tide 3 hours ago. High tide was or 2 hours ago, and it is very slowly receding. But that surge did coincide with that morning high tide. Whew. So we'll keep that in mind. For those of you in far southern South Carolina, I have great news. The in Beaufort and Hilton Head and Jasper and Allendale and Hampton, the tornado watch has ended there. So we are seeing the tornado watch get trimmed back with time as this last span moves through. We're going to see this tornado warning, or this tornado watch rather, get trimmed back. I will be very happy to see it go. James, what are you seeing?
Jared, we've just made the turn from the inner loop of 485 to 77 northbound near the South Carolina line here in South Charlotte. I passed a car into the center median not about 2-3 minutes ago on 485 inner loop as I was about to make this off-ramp turn. The driver there having time to put on their hazards. I'm hoping they've somehow gotten a lift off the interstate and aren't sitting like a sitting duck right now. But as we make our way onto 77 northbound, we'll be joining any of the other drivers coming in from South Carolina. And the roads are wet, and again, I'm surprised how many people are out here.
Yeah, that is. There's been flash flood warnings all over the place. This is crazy. Jack in the shop over on YouTube. 723,532 customers without power. Wow, that's in South Carolina. Wow. Yeah.
It may be pretty soon that the only lights I've got are headlights.
Yeah, it's possible for sure.
I just want to give a shout out to road reflectors. 77 northbound has them, and I can suddenly see the lanes again. So shout out to reflectors.
Yeah, it's a nice reflection.
Yeah,
definitely appreciate that. That question's about Columbia. Whatever's left of the eye wall of Helene is moving just to the west of Columbia. You're going to miss out on that, and you're probably going to be very happy that you did. There's a lot of rain with this. There's a lot of wind with this. This is where a lot of the power outages are coming from. And we have numerous flash flood emergencies now. Hickory, Morganton, along I-40, Spruce Pine, Newland, Mars, Hot Springs, Mars Hill, Asheville, now in a flash flood emergency. And it's not good. So
there's that USGS camera, Jared, in downtown Columbia. I don't think it's in our switcher so much as you might just have to Google USGS Columbia camera there, because I'm sure that would show any flooding downtown. In terms of cameras in the mountains, they are not readily available for the most part, but it is not surprising and yet still unfortunate to hear that they've got flash flood emergencies in the mountains, that being, of course, the highest tier of any sort of flash flood warning that the Weather Service can issue. They have been dealing with the brunt of the rain, which started long before Helene got here, and so they're going to walk away probably with a foot of rain in some places.
Yeah, it's yeah, it'll be interesting to see, that this did track a little bit more east than I think was originally thought. And
I was going to ask you that as somebody who managed to get a few hours of sleep, and for the sake of viewers who are waking up with us this morning, when I went to bed last night, the cone for the center of the circulation was going to bring it up towards Atlanta. Has that come closer to Columbia?
No, that it is. It's going to be more of a Greenville issue now. It looks like they are still. The upper low is still forecast to pick it up and slingshot it into Tennessee later. But the Atlanta's on the backside of it right now. They're getting some wind and rain on the backside. But certainly, they are. That area may have been spared the worst. Now, Augusta got the eye wall.
Wow.
So, yeah, Augusta got the eye wall.
That brings the dirty side of this storm a lot closer to the Carolinas. I mean, we were already worried about the dirty side of the storm, that northeast quadrant with the strongest winds and some of the heaviest precipitation, and that just brings it no room for comfort then.
Yeah, absolutely none. And that's a very concerning. It's a very concerning situation. So the only tornado warning on the board is near Pawleys Island. Let me get this over here. Let's talk about this. If we have anybody from Pawleys Island on, and James, I got to tell you, I'm probably going to have to stop. I had to stop earlier, and I don't know where I found extra voice. But I'm going to have to probably jump off of here pretty soon because I actually have to work in an hour or two.
I mean, hats off to you. I mean, I'll give you public kudos. I was not expecting you to see you still streaming when I woke up this morning because, folks, we love doing the Carolina Weather Group, but And we appreciate your super chats and your support. But as Jared's just alluded to, we still have all other day jobs. So I figured this guy was going to get some sleep at some point. We will continue to stream on our YouTube channel live warnings, sky cams, and radars for as long as we can. And Jared, I would just suggest if you can maintain it when you're done, leave a radar up on this stream, because who knows how long I'll have power at my house where our Carolina WeatherNet lives.
Yeah, we can do that, and we'll do that. And we'll even do some lo-fi beats. That proved to be very popular. I did attempt to get some sleep, yeah. So again, a lot of power places here, and again, flash flood warnings up and down from Vidalia, Georgia, through Augusta, through Greenwood, South Carolina, through Greenville into Asheville, where we have flash flood emergencies stretching up just about to Johnson City. It is Helena is or Helene rather.
Helene.
Sorry. Yeah, Helene. I know know somebody named Helena. Helene.
Wow, sorry. The sky is lighting up, and I'm near the airport, so I may be spoken too soon. Maybe it's some sort of runway marker or something that's flashing and bouncing off the cloud deck, but it certainly got my attention when it suddenly seemed like daylight for a moment. We're at the intersection right now of Billy Graham Parkway and Tryon Street. You've got me for the next 4 minutes or so before I walk into WCNC, and I'll just echo, where is this person going? Mr. Pedestrian, what are you doing?
I ask that question a lot.
I was just going to echo what Jared was saying a few minutes ago. When he signs off, we fully welcome and encourage you to check in with your local broadcasters. We'll be streaming over at WCNC. We've got friends in the broadcast industry across the Carolinas, and so we're not here to compete with them. We're here to complement. So when Jared does eventually sign off, we hope you'll tune into your local broadcaster.
Yeah, they do good work, and they really do. But yeah, the only warning that's still on the board here is this tornado warning in Georgetown County, and Marion and Mullins are the only ones that's showing up here right now. Pauley's is in the warning, but I think Pauley's are going to be okay. But Jackson, Tannersville, Portland, in Georgetown County, definitely want you to be safe. I know that that's still in the Charleston DMA for a lot of folks. So, 5, 2, 4 got good coverage there. I think they're on right now. So here's what we're going to do, folks. Here's how we're going to play this. James is about ready to walk into work. I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to start my day by chugging Mountain Dew. I'm going to take a shower. A shower feels good. And I'm going to take my dog out. The wind is still whipping here in Charleston. It's going to whip for the next little bit. The rain train is continuing to lift away. So that's good. So what I'm going to do, we're going to keep the radar here. We are going to, we're going to maintain that. We'll just keep that in a loop. I'll have that just to kind of we'll just move this out to kind of the zoomed view. And so there's the Carolinas radar right here. You can see there's Helene doing her thing. And so we're going to let this ride. And again, James, any final parting thoughts?
I'll just say that flash of light I saw didn't come back, so it wasn't something regular at the airport. It could have been any number of things. And I just hope everyone stays safe and stays informed. And, if you still got power and you're watching us right now, make sure you got everything charged up, your phones, your battery packs. Don't forget, you can, charge a phone off of a laptop or something. So think about what, has a USB port on it that you might be able to use later on as a makeshift battery pack for your phone.
The funny thing is that you can now use a phone as a battery pack. So, yes, sure. You can go back to bed in Cane Bay. I think, honestly, at this point, I'm feeling pretty confident that you're looking good. I mean, there's still some storms, there's still some showers and some wind for sure, but but we're seeing this tornado threat come to an end.
Speak for yourself.
Well. Some of y'all are seeing this tornado threat come to an end. For some of y'all, it's just beginning. So Again, stay tuned with your local broadcasters. We'll have we'll have updates here. We're going to keep this running. We're going to keep the stream running for the time being. I'll have the lo-fi beats on and with the radar here. So, James, thank you very much.
Thank you, Jared.
You're getting into work here, so we'll go ahead and let you do your thing. So for James Brierton and Charlotte, I'm Jared Smith in Charleston. Thank you all so much for staying up. It's been fun, if this is your idea of fun. But it's been good to be able to help you all. And again, if you are, hopefully everyone is safe and is damage free. That's all we can hope for. All right, everybody. Good morning, and we'll see you later.